9 universities to sign a compact for academic excellence in higher education. The document includes requesting colleges accept the Trump administration's definition of gender, applying this to all campus bathrooms, locker rooms, and women's sports teams. It also asks schools to stop considering race and gender during the admissions process and to require undergraduate applicants to take the SAT or ACT. Signing it would give those schools priority access to some federal grants.
Fox's Christian Goodwin, the universities of Southern California and Texas among those who've received it. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The state of the league, according to Caitlin. You've got a partly cloudy sky, and it's 81 degrees on Monument Circle. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 3:02. Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark saying today during her exit interview that with WNBA players wanting a new collective bargaining agreement from the league, this is the most important moment in the history of the WNBA.
I think what people need to understand, we need great leadership in this time across all levels.
Vice President on the Women's National Basketball Players Association Executive Committee, Nafisa Collier, saying earlier this week that WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert is failing her players. Clark called Collier's comments valid. The statewide average for gas today, $3.06 a gallon, according to Gas Buddy. That's down 12 cents from this time last week and 10 cents lower than the national average. A wanted Chicago man led police on a chase from Indianapolis into Johnson County Wednesday night. His truck hit a concrete culvert, went airborne, landed in a ditch, and burst into flames. His brother spoke for their mother afterward.
She said that with her, she was always like a good son, but he was always, with everyone, he was always like good to everybody, but he did have a short temper.
Police say Marco Antonio Pena Morales had a history of violence toward police and animals and was convicted of carrying a gun as a felon. Police say they tried to end the pursuit using a pit maneuver. A house fire in Indianapolis left a family of 8 without a place to stay and killed 2 cats Wednesday afternoon. The fire was quickly brought under control by firefighters from multiple departments. One child was taken to Riley Hospital for a checkup and is in good condition now. The Red Cross says they're helping the family. An Indiana University graduate is taking a deeper dive into researching AI and dementia. Johnette Cruz reports.
A local man living in a memory care unit is part of a new documentary about dementia.
I don't want to lose the memories of people that are closest to me and the people that were so powerful in my life. I don't want to lose that.
Remembering the Future of Iris, created by IU graduate Jack Bassett, focuses on an AI-driven robot designed to engage seniors with dementia and dialogue and storytelling. The robot provides non-judgmental companionship, helping users feel safe sharing their memories. You can see the documentary starting this Friday at IU's Fine Arts Build. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm John Herrick. Your traffic and weather next. It's 3:04.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
WIBC traffic at 3:05. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, John, just coming down on the scanner. It is a crash, and Fallen Creek Road at Shadelet Avenue reported with injury and entrapment. Again, that's Shadelet Avenue, Fallen Creek Road. Eastbound 70 slow from Harding to Meridian. That's a 3-minute delay. Inbound 65 slow around west. And eastbound 465 slow Keystone Avenue over to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
The forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mostly clear skies expected later this evening. We will be dry with lows near 59. And on Friday, fantastic, sunny, warm and dry with highs in the mid-80s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it.
So, Hammer, do you want to reset? I mean, look, the story of the guy here in Indy arrested 99 times is starting to make national headlines. It's starting to make the judges and the prosecutors in this city look like a-holes. And if you just want to reset that real quick, I'd appreciate it.
I love that the rest of the country is finally seeing what we see on the regular.
Yeah.
But the story is there was a guy that was recently arrested for an attempted stabbing, and they originally charged him with an attempted murder. Since then, because it's Marion County, before it even went to a judge, they lowered the charge. FOP President Rick Snyder talked about that yesterday on our program.
Yeah.
If you missed that conversation, go back and listen to the podcast at WIBC.com.
Pretty powerful.
But the guy that did it has now been arrested 99 times.
Was the stabbing the 99th, or is that
was number 99?
Okay.
That was 99. And the prosecutor has already downgraded the charge from attempted murder to aggravated battery, which allows for lower bond, less jail time, and a suspended sentence.
How convenient for the assailant.
Right.
Oh. Well, thanks, judge. Thanks, prosecutor.
Like, this didn't even get into the weeds of the legal system yet. Like, the first thing that the prosecutor's office did was lower the charge on a dude who's been arrested, say it with me, 99 times. And I'm hearing arguments from people saying, well, that guy has autism. That guy was homeless. You know, he was arrested for trespassing a lot. Where did you want him to go? Look, being autistic does not give you a green light to break the law.
Where did you want him to go? I don't care where he goes. Just don't stab random people that are in from out of town for I believe it was a funeral, right?
Right. That's the thing that sums up Marion County the most. A person recently came to town to attend a funeral of somebody who was murdered, and then they got stabbed. That's Marion County for you. And when Ryan Mears and Boss Hogsett, they go up there and they tell you all of the statistics show that crime is down. Mm-hmm. Like, Hogsett's really trying to shove that down everybody's throat. When you watch an interview with a police officer right now, and understand, nobody's more pro-police in this town than you and I are, Nige. We support the police when it wasn't cool to do so. Like during the George Floyd time, right? When everybody wanted to defund the police. We thought that was crap. But don't lie to us and tell us what our own eyes can see for ourselves. You're not supposed to set a record every year. I say it all the time. So when you tell me crime is down over the last 5 years, well, the last 5 years have been the most violent 5 years in the history of the city. So let's just pump the brakes a little bit. We're not stupid.
5 years, last 5 days.
Right. 5 people were murdered in a 24-hour span. Indianapolis is outpacing Chicago in homicides per capita by at least 10%, according to the latest numbers given to us by the FOP.
You're saying this guy that's been arrested 99 times, latest for attempted murder, downgraded to aggravated battery, is making national headlines? It's getting national attention.
It is. This is a story that just shows how broken, not just Indianapolis, but a lot of justice systems are around the country. Stephen Miller, he is the deputy chief of staff for policy under Donald Trump. He's like the bald guy, but he's super smart, and he always is the smartest guy in the room. That cat, he retweeted libs of TikTok who had shared this story.
Oh,
and
wow.
Stephen Miller writes, quote, "We don't have to live this way." And he's absolutely right. Now, Stephen Miller, he's also big into what Trump's trying to do in some of these high-crime Democrat cities.
I wish he'd come here.
Right. Maybe the next time the governor's here, we can have a conversation.
Yeah.
I believe the governor might be here October 8th for his next visit. So if that's the case, put this on the docket of things to talk about.
So Trump's in Memphis now. Like he's sending, is he sending the Guard? What's he doing? Or
Sending
ICE?
anyone available. ICE, the Guard, everything that he did in Washington, D.C., that's happening in Memphis. And it's about to happen in Portland. Those are the next steps. Now, ICE is working overtime in Chicago right now, but they haven't brought in National Guard yet. But in Memphis, it's anybody that's available. They held a press conference last night. Here is Stephen Miller.
We will liberate this city from the criminal element that has plagued it for generations. This is not just a strategy shift. This is an attitude shift. We are not going to live in an environment anywhere where there is a street that belongs to a criminal, where there is a neighborhood that belongs to a gang, where there is any physical space anywhere that belongs to anyone other than the law-abiding citizens and families of Memphis. The idea that there is a square inch of block in this city where a citizen doesn't feel safe is unacceptable. This is Memphis. This is the United States of America, and all that bullshit is done. It's over. It's finished.
I mean, could you imagine hearing that if you live in Memphis in one of those high-risk areas where there's a lot of poverty and a lot of crime? Could you imagine just, wanting to live your life and hearing someone say those words and how that would be amazing?
And look, there's a lot of people that probably didn't vote for Trump that live there
right.
that would be happy to hear that.
Right. I'd be happy to hear it here.
Right.
And I think it's been said here by IMPD and the upper echelon of their leadership. But man, coming from Trump's cabinet is something totally different. That was pretty powerful.
Now, in order to pull this off, you have to have enough federal prosecutors to come in. That's the problem with Indianapolis right now. You could have the National Guard come in, but if it has to go through Captain Woke Pants prosecution office, then they're just going to kick those people back out to the streets. You've got to bring in some sort of outside prosecutors. And I know that the IMPD and even Boss Hogsett have been trying to do this as much as they can, but you can't do it all the time unless it's a federal issue. The White House now saying that mass layoffs are imminent with no end to the shutdown in sight.
So I'm trying to decide if that's a good thing or a bad thing in terms of the shutdown, because I thought that's what Doge was supposed to do.
Correct. But it's also a little bit of mixed messaging, okay? So J.D. Vance, he spoke yesterday, and he admits, he could be wrong, but he doesn't think this thing's going to be very long.
I actually don't think it's going to be that long of a shutdown. This is a pure guess from the Vice President of the United States, because I think you already saw some evidence that moderate Democrats are cracking a little bit. They understand the fundamental illogic of this. Look, for years, every single one of us, we can remember Barack Obama on the White House lawn. We can remember Chuck Schumer. We can remember, Nancy Pelosi. For years, in Chuck Schumer's case, for literally decades, we've heard them say, you don't shut the government down over policy disagreement. Okay, Republicans think this thing about health care, that thing about health care. Democrats think this thing about immigration. Republicans disagree. Whatever those disagreements are, you don't shut down the government over it. For the first time since the Democrats have been in politics, they're now saying that unless we get every policy item that we demand, we're going to shut down the people's government. They're trying to take a hostage, and we're not going to let them.
Okay, so that was J.D. Vance.
The Democrat shutdown. No question.
And it's really down to one issue. And I know we've debated with Rob Kendall about this because Rob wants to take you down some rabbit hole of Obamacare this and Obamacare that. But if you're really just trying to get down to brass tacks here, it comes down to health care for illegal immigrants. Are you for it or are you against it? That's what this is coming down to. Nigel, if you need a reason to drink tonight...
It's your birthday!
It's my birthday today.
Oh, what is it, 48?
48 years old.
Right on, man. Happy birthday.
Here with a special greeting is former President Joe Biden.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alan. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you, former President Biden.
Happy birthday, Velvet.
Here to really kick off the birthday festivities are some special messages from the AI friends of our show.
Hey there, Bobby. Happy,
Bobby.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Biden.
Have a wonderful and happy birthday. I remember when my friend Willie Brown had a birthday. The gift I gave him was I put his... I think the kids call it hawk tua. Anyway, have a very special birthday that is unburdened by what has been.
Well, look who has a birthday. Try not to choke on the 14 pieces of cake I'm sure you will eat, you fat bastard. Oh, do everyone a favor and, walk your fat ass into oncoming traffic. You will either get hit by a car or get some actual exercise by walking. Either way, humanity wins, you degenerate pig.
Hey, Fatty. Truth be told, I actually hope
Caitlin.
you have a terrible birthday. Congrats on being the only guy I know that is even more creepy than Greg Doyle. Here's a riddle for your audience. What do Jason Hammer's gambling picks and Angel Reese shooting layups both have in common? The answer, they both miss all of the time. Anyway, have a great birthday, or don't. I really don't care. AI Caitlin, out.
Look, I don't like you, and you don't like me.
Hog set.
But if you were going to be drinking at all on your birthday, I was wondering if Thomas Carl Cook and I could stop by. We can bring all of the chicks we have allegedly harassed a few bottles of Dark Eyes, and we can get lit. Well, I've got to go be soft on crime. Call me if you're drinking.
Happy birthday, you fat bastard. Kofefi.
Oh, thank you to all the AI friends of the show.
Oh, that was wonderful. That was beautiful.
Oh, man, I'm blushing. Thank you. Matt Bear.
All right, looking at Shadeland Avenue, Fall Creek Road, serious crash here. 4 cars involved. Entrapment is reported. Northbound Shadeland almost backed up onto 465. Crash. Madison County, southbound 69 after State Road 38, and the left lane is blocked, causing stop-and-go traffic. 4-bound, a 1.5 mile delay time at 8 minutes. South side, a stall on the exit from southbound 65 to Southport Road. The ramp is open, just partially blocked. Eastbound 72-minute delay, Harding to Meridian. Inbound 65 slows 21st to Meridian. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard the Staples? Easy. Monton is back with even more easy. Present for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Sunshine 84 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. All right, coming up next, we have a new item, a Halloween item on the Hammer and Nigel Show merchandise store. I want to talk to you guys about. Plus, information on our big live show tomorrow. So, don't miss anything. Grab a beverage, go hit the can, come right back. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, what's up? It's Hammer here for my friends at Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing, North Side by the Green Bridge. And this weekend, it's a special designer showcase. It's a designer weekend. If you like the Takori line, Takori will be there. So, guys, think about this. Maybe you're thinking about popping the question over fall, over the holidays in the winter time. Imagine how blown away she's going to be if you get an amazing ring from the designer. Yeah, see if any guy she's ever been with in the past can top that. And that's what it's all about. It's also about awesome customer service, and you're going to get that when you walk through the beautiful doors of that showroom on the north side. Neve is the manager there. He is so awesome. Chris is the young lady, the sales rep that I work with. When you walk in there, you can ask for her, or you could ask for any one of the amazing staff members, and they will take care of you. They're the official jeweler of the Indianapolis Colts, Diamonds Direct. Tell them Hammer sent you.
It's JMV. Save 50% on pottery and herbaceous perennials, along with 40% savings on in-stock patio furniture at Miss M's Home and Garden on State Road 135 in Burgersville.
So fired up for a Hammer and Nigel Road Show. Coach's Tavern, downtown, Friday, October 3rd. It's brought to you by the Finnish Long Drink.
The Finnish Long Drink is financially backed by golfer Ricky Fowler and actor Miles Teller. You guys are going to love this, and we're going to sample some of these at Coach's Tavern downtown Friday, October 3rd. It's kind of my birthday party with the Finnish Long Drink. We hope to see you there.
Planning for retirement? It's a little like marriage. We have no idea what we're getting into. Tune in to Fire Your Financial Advisor, Sunday mornings at 7 on WIBC.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Maintenance is going to drastically increase the efficiency and performance of your system. It's also going to significantly improve the longevity of it. People think that they are saving money by skipping their maintenance, and in reality, they're just shaving years off the life and increasing the consumption of that unit, spending a lot more in the long term.
Get your tune-up today at Family Heating and Air, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Former CIA officer Jason Hansen here. As someone who's dedicated my life to protecting people, I know the importance of guarding what matters most. Right now, with global instability and the dollar's declining value, that means securing your financial assets with gold. For me, I trust Advantage Gold with my own investments. Give them a call at 800-900-8000 for a 100% free gold guide. Again, call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000 today.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
This hour powered by Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling, your independent American Standard Air dealer.
Well, we're coming to your city.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Live show tomorrow at Coach's Tavern, presented by the Finnish Long Drink with Hammer and Nigel. Fresh off a birthday, Hammer, your birthday is today. Happy birthday, and we're going to celebrate in style with the Finnish Long Drink. That's the thing that's like with actor Miles Teller and golfer Ricky Fowler. I can't wait to taste it.
It's long, it's strong, it's down to get the friction on. The Finnish Long Drink.
Can I tell you something about tomorrow? It's going to cost me money to come to work tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Because I will be taking an Uber.
Yes, sir.
I am taking, there is no way I'm doing a live broadcast at Coach's Tavern and driving down here by myself. I'm not going to, I go, Lindsay was like, can you have just one? And I go, no, I can't just have one.
Right.
We're doing a Friday show from the bar. All right?
I'm kind of insulted you asked. Like, I love you, babe, but I'm kind of insulted that you asked.
I'm trying to do the right thing.
Right.
I'm trying to do the right thing here and get an Uber. And she's like, well, why don't you just have one? And I'm like, why don't you just let me do my thing?
Why don't you go to the Decorator Show House by yourself? No? Okay, well, then I get to drink whatever I want on Beer Sample Friday. That's how this is going to work. And listen, there's going to be two more open parking spots in our garage, because I'm not driving down here tomorrow either.
You're not either?
I'm getting dropped off by the boy. So
it's not going to be pretty tomorrow, this show.
Is it pretty any day? Like, if you watch us on the YouTube chat,
that's a good
would you
point.
say that it's pretty any day? So if you don't know where Coach's Tavern is, it's downtown on Pennsylvania Street. It's like one block from the field house, like diagonal from the field house.
Corner, yeah.
Can't miss it. Park anywhere you can, and let's pack that joint. We want as many people as possible in there, and let's have a day. Let's have a show. Now, Kurt, we've been kicking this off for the last couple of days. Let's keep it rolling. I want some Halloween stuff. Pumpkins, candy, costumes, Halloween stuff. We got you covered. Here at the Hammer and Nigel Show, we have you covered. If you are looking for a fun, festive item for Halloween,
I'm already looking at it.
You can go to the Hammer and Nigel Show merchandise store, and our new Halloween t-shirt is available. How would you describe it, Nige?
It's a big giant face of Hillary Clinton that says, "This is my scary Halloween shirt."
Very simple, to the point. This is my scary Halloween shirt, and a big picture of Hillary Clinton's face right there on the shirt. Perfect for Halloween. Pass out candy in it, go to your office parties, wear it all October. We've got it posted on our Facebook and Twitter right now. Look for Hammer and Nigel. It's up there. I'll put it on Instagram here in just a moment. And you can shop for other items, store.hammerandnigel.com. Get your t-shirts, your tank tops. We're going to be having some more stuff being added soon. The hoodies are going to be coming back once the weather gets a little bit more chilly. And I'm being told we may have some of these Hillary shirts at Coach's Tavern.
Oh, you're kidding.
On Friday.
Okay.
That's the plan anyway. So check it out, store.hammerandnigel.com. Get your Halloween Hillary Clinton shirt. It's right there. It's the scariest shirt you will find. Wear it, especially around your liberal friends. I like that shirt a great deal. This may be one of the most important causes that need your immediate attention this October, Nige.
Really?
If you like Halloween decorating, take a listen.
You've seen them in front of the grocery store. Wobbly, oddly shaped. For too long, they spend this time of the year without a home. Now you can change that. This fall season, pick up a thumpkin. That's the term for a f***ed up pumpkin. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can provide a home for fumpkins that would otherwise spend Halloween unloved. Because they're shaped like something obscene. Or like the Elephant Man's head. Or even worse, the ones that have some sort of pumpkin herpes growing on it. But that's not their fault. They were living things in a pumpkin patch. Now they just need a home. So this fall, don't be a fumpkin idiot. Pick up a fumpkin.
Pick one up today from the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
How the shutdown might affect your air travel. A mostly cloudy sky, nothing on radar, 82 degrees in downtown Indianapolis with lows tonight in the upper 50s. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 3:30. The FAA has confirmed that more than 13,000 air traffic controllers will continue to work without pay during this government shutdown. But aviation expert Steve Cowell says you can expect delays because some of them may call in sick and maintenance workers have been furloughed.
But because the TSA is affected. We're going to see possibly concourses closed where passengers would normally enter TSA. There's going to be longer lines at the security stations.
Now, the FAA says despite a slight increase in sick leave at 2 facilities in Virginia and Florida that handle high-altitude traffic, there's been no East Coast airport issues. An explosion and fire at a high-rise in downtown Houston, Texas today. A boiler exploded on the top floor of a hotel that was under construction.
Multiple patients, all believed to be construction workers, were transported with varying degrees of injuries.
Brent Taylor with the Houston Fire Department says the explosion blew out windows, but nobody on the ground was hurt. The Trump administration says the U.S. is in an armed conflict with drug cartels. Fox's Ryan Schmelz.
A memo sent to Congress says the action is consistent with his responsibility to protect Americans. The memo cites a September 15th strike on a ship in the Caribbean accused of trafficking drugs, claiming it could eventually, quote, kill Americans. This comes as Democrats have alleged the administration is exceeding its powers to use military force against the cartels. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
You may remember the Trump administration dubbing one building the Speedway Slammer, but IndyCar was not having that. Miami County Correctional is now taking in ICE detainees, and Indiana Governor Mike Braun spoke to the media Wednesday ahead of it opening.
When it comes down to the humanity of dealing with anyone that has issues, especially as it relates to asylum, that would cross almost all faith, that you need to help. That doesn't mean you have open borders.
The staff there says the facility might see up to 100 new detainees by the end of the week. There's a new sequel series coming out on Netflix for the show Peaky Blinders. The show's writer and creator Stephen Knight has received a 2-season order from Netflix and the BBC, but details on the cast for the sequel have not been revealed yet. However, Cillian Murphy, who stars in the original Peaky Blinders, is on board to be an executive producer, and a Peaky Blinders movie is also supposed to come out next year. It's 3:33, your traffic and weather next.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
WIBC traffic at 3:34. Here's Matt Baer.
All right, serious crash at Fall Creek Road and Shadeland Avenue, just north of the 465 off-ramp from northbound 465 to Shadeland. And this is a 4-vehicle crash. Injury and entrapment reported in all directions of this intersection are backed up right now, so I'm totally avoiding that. Southbound 69 in Madison County, crash after State Road 38. It's in the left lane, causing stop-and-go traffic for about 1.5 miles. Downtown inbound 65, a 3-minute delay from 21st to Meridian. Eastbound 70 delayed 3 minutes. Belmont into the south split, and southbound 65 70 slow from the north split down to the south split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off on products plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mostly clear skies expected later this evening. We will be dry with lows near 59. And on Friday, fantastic, sunny, warm and dry with highs in the mid-80s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
The Hammer and Nigel Show. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here. The government is still shut down, and our lives have not changed one bit. Is yours?
It's a little better, to be honest with you.
We'll go to the hotline and bring on a gentleman that spent a lot of time in the swamp. Breitbart News Deputy Politics Editor Bradley J. Bradley, thank you for coming on the show. Maybe just real quick before we talk about the shutdown, give our listeners some context of your background, who you are, and what it is that you do.
Yeah, great to be with y'all, as always. I worked, before coming to Breitbart, worked on Capitol Hill for many, many years as a congressional staffer, in the Senate for 7 years, in the House for 5 or 6 years, in political, communications, policy roles. So have been around for a shutdown or two.
Yeah.
But this is a shutdown of a different color. There's no doubt.
Why?
It's always been that, well, number one, Republicans are always the ones who are trying to make these demands for some kind of big policy changes one way or the other. And Republicans have never been united about what they actually want and the path forward. This time is different. And that is one reason why I think that Republicans actually have a chance to win the messaging battle and maybe get a little bit more out of this one as well.
Talk a little bit about the messaging battle here, because I know for guys like us, we talk about this stuff every day. We live in this world. We see it. We get it. But I feel like if you go into any barber shop across America, you go into any Denny's or a Waffle House and say, hey, who do you think's winning the messaging battle? I don't even think half the people know the government's shut down because their mail's still being delivered and checks are still being passed out. Is there really a messaging battle?
That's a very good point that you're making, and the Democrats want this to become more widespread. They want it to be talked about in barbershops, but it's not. Donald Trump totally controls the narrative right now. He's sucking up all the oxygen. Democrats are so desperate; they don't even want to win the shutdown, and they're making unreasonable demands that they know will never happen. They just want to force a national conversation on health care because that's the one issue where they feel like they might have some kind of advantage over Republicans, but they're doing a terrible job at it. They can't stay on message. They're getting distracted by Donald Trump posting memes online of Democrat leader Hakeem Jeffries in a sombrero and a Mexican outfit. And what's Hakeem Jeffries do? He pivots to talking about Trump being referenced. He can't even stay on message to make this about health care. Meanwhile, Republicans are just pummeling Democrats, talking about how they're trying to provide taxpayer-funded health care to illegals. CNN says that that's not true. Republicans are lying. But you have even Democrats in Congress saying that's exactly what we're trying to do. So Democrats, for once, are stepping all over their message, while Republicans are united in saying, you know what, all we want to do is keep the government open.
And make no mistake about it. Big picture here, this is a Democrat government shutdown, right?
Unquestionably, Republicans have the White House. Republicans have the House.
Yep.
Republicans have the Senate. The only reason that the short-term 7-week CR has not been passed is because there are only 53 Republicans, and you need 60 to advance this. So Democrats have a little bit of leverage, but this is only a short-term funding bill. This isn't the kind of legislation that you want to make these huge gargantuan changes to. And the thing is, there actually would be a time for that over the next 7 weeks when Congress works on a broader, longer-term government spending plan. But Democrats are sabotaging that. They are nuking their own chances of that by blowing up this 7-week CR. It's just total political malpractice.
Bradley, one more thing on this government shutdown deal here. This happened before during Trump's first presidency, and he was pretty, proud to say, I'm happy to shut down the government. It went on for, a number of days, but at the end of it, he didn't really get the funding for his wall that he wanted. How is Donald Trump different now? How is this Republican Congress different now than they were back in his first term?
I think that there's no question that Trump has, I almost want to say, matured. I don't know if that's quite right, but you can tell he's much more comfortable and confident in his role, partly because he doesn't have every other Republican in Washington, D.C. waiting to knife him in the back like in his first term. Look, in the last shutdown in 18, it bled into 2019. Republicans had just lost the House. This was in the lame duck session. Trump wanted $4 to $5 billion. $4 to $5 billion. That's almost nothing when you consider that the One Big Beautiful Bill passed earlier in the year had, I think like $45 billion just for a wall, on top of billions and billions more for border security. But all of the Republicans at that time, back in 18, were not aligned around Trump shutting down the government over that. It's also worth noting that was not a full government shutdown. It was only a partial government shutdown. Some of it was funded. But also Democrats, they were just days away from retaking the House and getting more leverage, so they had no incentive to go along with Trump then. This is an entirely different ballgame. Democrats are looking silly. They're making demands that are changing from day to day. They're getting distracted. And again, Republicans have such a straightforward request. We want to keep the government open just for 7 weeks so that we can actually continue bipartisan negotiations. And Democrats don't want that. I mean, the few Americans who are paying attention just aren't buying what Democrats are selling.
Well, there's some military people that are paying attention during the Schumer shutdown, right? I mean, Chuck Schumer's shutting down some military paychecks. There are real people being affected by the Democrat shutdown, right?
Oh, you're right, and it's primarily those people who do rely on government checks for their livelihood. All that could end tomorrow. If Chuck Schumer and his Democrats, just a handful, they only need 5 more of them in order to pass that CR. But if Democrats would say, you know what, we don't think it's appropriate for us to force a shutdown where the men and women serving in our military continue to get or do not get paid, while members of Congress do get paid. You even had Senator Ruben Gallego from Arizona come out and very publicly say, I'm not giving up my paycheck. I don't have a lot of money. I've got alimony payments and bills to pay. So, yeah, I'm going to continue accepting my paycheck. What a wonder. But this is what Democrats are doing, and the reason why is that they don't have a leader. They don't have a message. They don't have an agenda. And you're exactly right. They're tone deaf because they are not in tune with where the American people are.
Hey, Bradley, speaking of the military here, what did you think of the big speech that Pete Hegseth gave to all the leaders that gathered there in Virginia? I mean, it feels like it's been years since the Joe Biden presidency to the Donald Trump presidency. It's only been like it's been 1.5 years. It feels like it's been an eternity when you talk about the differences in the military.
Not only was that speech important in the history of the military and a shift in military culture, that was a shift in American culture. It was a return to normalcy in so many ways. And a lot of these themes and initiatives had been talked about before by the president, by Secretary Hegseth. But, if you have it was a 45-minute speech, but it should just be required listening or reading, not only for everybody in the military or enlisting, but probably for people applying for citizenship too.
Yeah.
It was a call to what made America great: high standards, no special carve outs for anyone, no dudes in dresses. I mean, it was so, again, like 1990, it would have seemed perfectly normal. It's wild that we've experienced so much in the past few years that everything that Secretary Hegseth said is almost radical, but it really was a pivotal moment for this country, and Secretary Hegseth really planted the flag that said, you know what, we know what made our country great, we know what made our military great. It's not this diversity junk, and we're going to get back to high standards and around the focus of actually serving our warfighters and being an effective military force, not this cultural experiment.
Bradley, what are you currently working on at Breitbart.com?
We are following this shutdown very closely. The Senate took a break today for the Jewish holiday. They're giving Democrats one more day to think about it. but the Senate's going to vote again Friday. They're going to vote again Monday if the CR doesn't pass Friday. I think it's a possibility that Democrats will come to their senses because they're just getting blistered even by their establishment media colleagues. But if they don't come to their senses by Monday, we might be looking at a long shutdown. That'll be interesting, but we're going to stay on top of it at Breitbart.com.
Yeah, find all the work, Breitbart.com. That's Breitbart News Deputy Politics Editor Bradley J. Always enjoy having you on the phone, Bradley. Thanks a lot. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend, guys. Love talking to y'all.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
Truck drivers, the holiday rush is here. Take advantage by becoming a Schneider driver. By driving for one of America's busiest carriers, you'll stay busy during the holiday season and throughout the new year. Plus, as a Schneider driver, you'll have access to top quality driver support and newer equipment spec'd with the latest safety and comfort features that drivers want. Don't wait. Get a jump on 2026 by exploring jobs in your area today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Mark Dietel, real estate expert here in Indy, can help you find a new home, sell your current home. In fact, Zillow ranks Indy number 2 among 2025's hottest markets. Home values have risen and are holding strong, and now is a great time to sell. In fact, Sarah had an investment property in Fountain Square, ran into some financial trouble, and needed to sell the place fast for max dollars. Hired Mark Dietel's team, and they were able to sell the property within weeks for over list price.
Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert that we trust and recommend on our show because of the guarantee. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Call Mark Dietel today, 317-755-4232, or go to markdietel.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
At Price Point Comfort, we promise you'll never be sold something you don't need. Call us at 317-455-1124 or see us at pricepointcomfort.com.
Price Point Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air dealer.
Up to 50% off and 2.99% financing, plus receive an additional $550 off your project.
Because at B Windows,
we mean business. We mean business.
Hammer and Nigel are going live this week from Coach's Tavern this Friday, brought to you by the Finnish Long Drink. Swing by for awesome drink specials, grab some WIBC swag, and join the party all evening long.
Matt Bear, what is going on, my friend?
Happy birthday, Hammer. Looking at southbound 69 after State Road 38 crash, blocking to left lane stop and go traffic for about 2 miles. Eastbound 70 downtown, stop and go Belmont into Meridian, a 5-minute delay. Crash on the northeast side, Shadeland Avenue, a Fawn Creek Road, 4-car crash. I am avoiding this. Shadeland backed up in both directions big time. Crash northwest side, Guyan Road south of 38, that's at Sherburne Lane. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products, plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
It's 83 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Again, thank you to all the folks on the YouTube chat wishing me happy birthday. I appreciate that. Thank you. Nige, thank you for the gift that you brought us in the back office.
Very welcome.
I won't say what it is, but it's gone. Thank you for that. Somebody's asking in the YouTube chat for our big live show tomorrow at Coach's Tavern downtown. Will producer Allison be there? She will not. She is on vacation right now. She sent us a great picture of her and her family on the road.
But what was that?
Remember when we were talking about awful statues and we brought up the Lucille Ball statue where she just looks like a deformed clown? She stopped on her way to Niagara Falls because her family's driving.
Yeah.
And they got a picture by the creepy Lucille Ball statue.
What? Is Lucille Ball holding on to a flask there?
So that's from the I Love Lucy episode where she's got the spoon and like the oil. And look at the face of Lucy, though. My God.
That's disturbing.
It's frightening. So, no, Allison's on vacation until next week. She will not be there. Driving the boat for us and doing a pretty good job is Kurt Gerald.
Yeah, pretty good.
Kurt, how are you?
Doing good,
Okay,
man.
that's enough. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Kurt's been doing a fantastic job for us, so thank you so much for all of your comments. And again, YouTube chat, get your happy rear ends down to Coaches tomorrow because we're all going to do a big cheers. We're going to have fun. We've got some of our special friends coming by. I think Brian Alvey's going to be there and getting all types of rowdy.
Special friends. Does that mean Tommy's coming by?
No, Tommy will not be there. That's a different type of special. A list of things that will supposedly be creepy 50 years from now has been released. This is a list people put together. I think you can find it on social media. Things that people will find creepy 50 years from now that are popular now. And the first one is Labubu's. Do you know what these are, Nige?
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now. I'm lucky my daughter doesn't really care about them, but they are very creepy.
This creepy doll thing, right?
Like a space. It just looks like a mouse with ears and a big smile and giant eyes.
It's a creepy
I don't know
doll.
how to describe it. Yeah.
Elf on a Shelf. 50 years from now, people might find that a little creepy that Elf on a Shelf was a thing.
I got to be careful there.
Dating apps. Like, I don't think 50 years from now, people will say, wow, that was an easy way to get laid, was a creepy thing. Like, if there's one constant in our society, people like to have relations.
I will say
some generations more than others, though.
I will say I am related to people that have had successful relationships and got married on meeting a dating app.
Okay.
I don't know if that narrows it down or people that listen to me know who I'm talking about, but
Kurt,
but again, the dating apps work.
So they predated my time, right? Like I was already married before these things came out.
Yeah.
Kurt, you're a young guy. You're a single guy. You do the dating apps?
Yeah. So let me help you. Tinder is for hookups. Relationships for long-term. Hinge. Bumble's a mix of both. And now Facebook dating's a thing for more long-term.
So how much time do you spend on Tinder?
I delete it about every other month. But too much.
Create a new profile picture. Wow, this guy looks like Mario Lopez. And then Kurt shows up.
Shout out to
AI. Some other things. At-home laser hair removal devices. Why would that be creepy?
I don't even know. That was the thing now.
At-home laser hair removal devices. I'd find it more creepy if you had just a bunch of hair. Like, I like the fact that there's at-home hair removal.
I'm seeing smart speakers on this list. What in the world is creepy about? Like, what could you replace? I love my smart speaker.
Maybe the fact that Big Brother's listening to you, right? Because
you're talking about like Alexa.
Right.
Okay. I'm thinking like a Bluetooth speaker type thing. Okay, I got it.
Because it's crazy. We'll be in the kitchen. I'll be talking to Crystal, and we'll bring something up, and then we'll look over at the Alexa, and there's an ad for it already. I'm like, you rotten spying son of a, you know what. And usually, if that happens, I start ripping on the government. If they're going to be listening to it, I will say, there's no way Joe Biden got all those legal votes back in 2020. Absolutely no way. And James Comey got what was coming to him. So, those are the things that people will allegedly find creepy.
What are you doing for your birthday tonight? Like, does Crystal have something special planned? Maybe an outing to Outback.
So I'm still on the diet plan until the weekend. Now I'm going to have some drinks. Right? I'm going to have some liquid.
You damn well better. You got 2 more years in your 40s, dude.
Right.
I only got 1. I got less than 1.
First pitch of the Cubs deciding a playoff game is at 5 o'clock today. So I'm hoping to eventually get back home, maybe to see the final inning or two of that.
Okay.
And then her gift to me was we're going to the Colts and Raiders game this Sunday.
Oh, cool.
We got primo tickets down low, and we're going to heckle all those no good, rotten Raiders fans.
How do you feel about that Cubs game?
I like the Cubs tonight. I do. Only because Yu Darvish is on the other side. And you can't get beat by a dude that used to pitch for you. We're not going to go down to Yu Darvish. That can't happen tonight. Let's go Jamison Tyone and pull that thing out.
Go Cubs.
And then tonight, little Thursday night football. I got a little scratch. Got a little action.
I forgot about Thursday night football.
On the under. It's not a sexy game tonight. It's San Francisco against the Rams, but I'm on the under 45 with that one. All right, do not go anywhere. We've got the top stories of the day, government shutdown, an update on Old Ball's Tim Walz, and a roast of me next.
Struggling with chronic joint pain? Don't want risky surgery or endless pills? QC Kinetics is your answer. Our non-invasive treatment stimulates your body's own biologics and has a fantastic success rate without lengthy recovery or harmful medications. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. Whether it's stem cell, PRP, or a number of other revolutionary therapies, QC Kinetics should be the last call you make. Call 317-559-PAIN.
American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard. We're talking Price Point Comfort, a locally owned American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer that will give you the right price guarantee. They promise not to oversell you on or pressure you on things you do not need done. While many HVAC competitors focus strictly on revenue, that's not Price Point at all.
Price Point Comfort, striving for customer satisfaction. Check them out online, pricepointcomfort.com. That's pricepointcomfort.com, or just give them a call, 317-455-1124. You could ask for James or Tyler. James or Tyler going to help you out, 317-455-1124, pricepointcomfort.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. Price Point Comfort is your independent American Standard dealer built to a higher standard.
Thinning hair? This year, grow your hair back like I did. Call 317-522-2995 or visit WeGrowHairIndy.com.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. Their max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast!
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun, brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Who needs a Vegas trip to win big? McCordsville's got the jackpot right here. Financial Center, your newest credit union, is throwing a sidewalk series from September 30th through October 17th, every Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2. Play games, win prizes, and enter a giveaway for $1,000 cash. So skip the long flight and just join Financial Center on the sidewalk. Find out more and explore exclusive offers at fcfcu.com/McCordsville. Federally insured by NCUA. Giveaway terms and conditions apply.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, when you can expect rain again in Indiana. Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark weighs in on the state of the WNBA earlier today and how a murder suspect from Wisconsin ended up in Indiana. Those stories and much more coming your way after Fox News Radio. You are listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it's now 4 o'clock.
The shutdown healthcare debate. On Lisa Brady, Fox News. Democrats insist Republicans are lying about their healthcare demands.
The president said Democrats want to give a gold-plated Medicare program for illegal aliens.
That's not true.
Delaware Senator Chris Coons telling Fox only people with legal status in the U.S. can benefit from Medicare, Medicaid, and Obamacare.
Now, the Republican tax and spending law this year narrowed Obamacare subsidies for certain immigrants. Democrats propose reversing that. Democrats also argue that those paroled into the U.S. under the Biden administration are here legally. Republicans say Democrats abused that authority and that many of those migrants are not and therefore cannot get federal health care.
Fox's Rich Edson. The White House says talks on policy differences can happen after short-term spending is approved to end the government shutdown. The U.S. is now in an armed conflict with drug cartels. That's part of a memo sent to Congress by the Trump administration, noting the cartels are designated as terrorist organizations. This after recent deadly U.S. attacks on what the president said were drug trafficking boats, including 2 from Venezuela.
The memo cites a September 15th strike on a ship in the Caribbean accused of trafficking drugs, claiming it could eventually, quote, kill Americans. This comes as Democrats have alleged the administration is exceeding its powers to use military force against the cartels.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz on Capitol Hill. A deadly attack outside a synagogue in England remains under investigation. Police say a man drove his car into a crowd in Manchester, then started stabbing people, killing 2, seriously wounding 4 others before he was killed. A trifecta on Wall Street. The Dow up 79 points at the bell, 3rd record in a row, 2 in a row now for the S&P. The NASDAQ also with a record close. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Your lawn might be in bad shape right now. Mostly cloudy with nothing on radar, 82 degrees in the Circle City. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 4:02. No rain lately means the drought in Indiana is still a problem. Greg Mellows, a meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis, he breaks it down.
We do know that the drought conditions are worsening across portions of the state, and that'll likely continue over the next few days as we're not expecting any rainfall until that cold front moves in early to middle next week.
He says even with that rain, there won't be a lot of it. More than half of the state is under moderate drought, with a small portion of it in severe drought. The current collective bargaining agreement in the WNBA expires at the end of the month. Players want improved salaries and benefits, which is part of the reason Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark said this during her exit interview today at Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
This is straight up the most important moment in this league's history. Well, this league's been around for 25 plus years, and this is a moment we have to capitalize on.
Without a new collective bargaining agreement or an extension of the old one, there could be a work stoppage. A homicide suspect from Wisconsin found hiding in a southern Indiana soybean field. Jarrett Lewis reports.
Deputies with the Clark County Sheriff's Office looking for DeMonte Hambright. On Tuesday, they said they found him at a truck stop in a stolen vehicle by using advanced flock camera technology. After trying to make contact with Hambright, deputies were led on a high-speed chase that ended with him crashing the stolen car. Hambright then had the not-so-bright idea of trying to hide from deputies in a soybean field. He was found, arrested, and now faces a charge of resisting law enforcement in Clark County, along with the homicide warrant in Wisconsin. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A man recently arrested for attempted murder in Indianapolis, having nearly 100 prior arrests, is part of the problem, according to Indy FOP President Rick Snyder, but it's only part of it, he believes. He tells WIBC's Hammer and Nigel, Indianapolis is averaging a murder every 53 hours.
They hear other people touting that violence is down, while the daily headlines show that mass shootings, mass murders, and mass carnage keep going up. It simply just does not ring true with residents and visitors.
In a separate incident, police say a Chicago man led officers on a high-speed chase from Indianapolis into Franklin Wednesday night before dying. Earlier today, Indianapolis Colts kicker Spencer Schrader was named the AFC Special Teams Player of the Month for September. Between his made field goals and extra points, he has scored 51 points total. He leads the NFL in made field goals and extra points. I'm John Herrick. It's 4:04. Your traffic and weather next.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And
it's made a difference for you? Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom. Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves? Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text SAVVY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text SAVVY to 42424. That's SAVVY to 42424.
With traffic now, here's Matt Baer.
You got it, John. Crash Shadeland Avenue at Fawn Creek Road. 4-car crash there. Please be careful heading on through, especially off that ramp from northbound 465. Inbound 69, stop and go 106, 282nd, a 4-minute delay. Eastbound 70, 3-minute delay. Belmont into Meridian. Southbound 65, delayed 5 minutes, 29th to Meridian. Southbound 65, 70, loaded because of construction. Michigan Street down to the south split. On the east side, southbound 465 slow, 72, 74. Eastbound 465, stop and go from Westfield Boulevard to Allisonville Road. And inbound 69, a 4-minute delay from 106th Street to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by Brownsburg Landscape. Don't miss Brownsburg Landscape's big fall tree sale this weekend only. All trees are 40 to 70% off, and pallets of paver and wall stone are buy one, get one free. Visit BrownsburgLandscape.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast.
Friday, expect a warm end to the work week under mostly sunny skies and light winds out of the south, with dry air continuing too. Highs Friday afternoon will be in the mid to upper 80s, and then Saturday we're once again going to have high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s under lots of sunshine and light winds out of the south. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
Oh, boy. I don't even know how I'm here sitting in this chair in front of this microphone because of the government shutdown, day 2. How am I supposed to function?
I didn't want to get out of bed this morning, Nige.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands here. Like, what's going on?
Again, I walked through my neighborhood last night, and I just put Dust in the Wind on repeat in my earbuds.
It's exactly what I did when they took Tucker Carlson off the air on Fox News.
Sitting on the swing like Narcos, listening to Dust in the Wind.
Like Pablo Escobar.
I close my eyes.
Just despondent, but the same reaction from the government shutdown. I think we're going to be okay.
You mean I can't enjoy playoff baseball and Thursday night NFL and
your birthday?
And my birthday if the government is closed?
No.
What?
No. I think you can enjoy those things. I think you're allowed.
Somebody that's fired up about the government shutdown is America's greatest stock market mind that has absolutely, positively nothing to do with insider trading, Nancy Pelosi. The greatest stock market mind our generation has ever seen, narrator, or she was insider trading. She's fired up about this. Now, if we're going to talk about Nancy Pelosi, we need to have the official Nancy Pelosi music.
It's unnecessary.
Can't you see that old bag on a bike just pedaling her little ass off right there? Nancy Pelosi gets a little upset when a reporter asks her if it's AOC that's pushing the Democrats to this very far left flank here.
Oh.
There's a lot of chatter that it's AOC leading the charge because she wants to primary Chuck Schumer, the current face of the Democrats in the Senate. People feel like AOC is gunning for her seat. There are reports from like Politico and The Hill that AOC is telling people, just meet in my office and we'll talk about a strategy.
Wow.
So a reporter asked old lady Pelosi, who doesn't really like AOC. If you remember, Nige, when the big Green Deal was rolled out, whatever it was called.
Yeah, she called it the Green Dream or whatever.
The Green Dream or whatever. Pelosi, not a big fan of AOC, gets a little mouthy when asked if this whole shutdown is led behind the scenes by AOC.
There was a thought from the Republicans that AOC is directing this, and she said that senators are welcome to go to her office directly. Is she driving that?
Why are you saying such a ridiculous thing?
I'm just quoting what AOC said. She said go to her office directly. Do you think there's any credibility to that?
She's not directing this. She's wonderful. She's a real team player and the rest of that.
Sure.
You started by saying Republicans saying that she's directing this. She is not. Hakeem Jeffries is. And this takes a lot of experience, a lot of unity from the caucus in terms of the point of view. And that's what this is. She's an articulate spokesperson for her point of view.
She talks like this on TikTok. I definitely think we should do a government shutdown because I'm an AOC.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty. AOC, hot or not? Nige.
Hot.
Kurt Gerald's.
Hot.
I hate myself for saying this, but that's 3 for 3. Even if she's put on a little bit. You know what? So have I. That happens when you get older. A lot of people thought AOC was knocked up. Not true. She just put on a little bit. That's okay. I disagree with everything she has to say, but man, if I were single and it's a one-night type of situation, I'm going to hit it with the socialist sweetheart.
Chuck Schumer is very scared he's going to get primaried by the Congresswoman, for sure.
There's a lot of chatter about that. So I guess that becomes the question, is AOC, as bat crap crazy as she is, going to become the face of the Democrats? And before everybody laughs at that, if you're a Republican and you laugh and scoff at that,
I still kind of do.
She's a fundraising machine. She brings in more money than anybody. She appeals to a younger generation of Democrats. She's active on social media. I'm telling you, you can't laugh at AOC because people laughed at Donald Trump at one point.
Exactly. That was my point. You can't laugh at anything at this point in terms of who's running for office, who's going to get elected where, president, senator, congressman, because Donald Trump did it in 2015 and they were laughing their asses off at him.
Right. The minute he came down the escalator, they thought, what? The host of The Apprentice running for president? Who could see that? And now he's in his second term as president of the United States.
Yep.
All I'm saying is Republicans, don't get cocky because AOC is a threat. She has mass appeal to young voters. Now, you can argue whether or not young voters are idiots. We can have that conversation. But she appeals to them. They see something in her, and she raises a buttload of money. So keep an eye out for that. Meanwhile, on CNN, they're tackling the big issues in regards to this government shutdown.
Really?
Host John Berman and Caitlin Collins. They can't believe that during a government shutdown, the Trump administration is doubling down with memes, sombreros, and mariachi music, making fun of Hakeem Jeffries. And it's not just him. It's the fact that he's the face of the Democrats. He's the minority leader in the House.
And this is part of the shutdown is they want, Democrats want health care for illegal aliens.
Right. That's what it is. That's what this is about. It's about health care for illegal aliens. And the Republicans are like, no, we're not going to do that. So they're taking the face of the House Democrats, Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader, and they're doing a bunch of memes with him where he's celebrating people from other countries. They're putting sombreros on him. They're playing mariachi music. And boy, CNN, they were melting down.
So we played sound from Vice President Vance, not just defending that AI racist video of Minority Leader Jeffries wearing a sombrero, but also like celebrating that video. And it was playing on a loop in the briefing room today.
It was not only just playing on a loop in the briefing room. If you've never been in the press briefing room, for those who haven't, there are loudspeakers overhead so you can hear announcements or what's being said, or if there's an event going on with the president in the Rose Garden, for example. They were playing that mariachi music as well over the loudspeakers for all the press that was coming in and out of the White House today inside the press briefing room. It just kind of gives you a window, John, into how they're dealing with this and how they believe they have the upper hand when it comes to the messaging here. And this time, there's a moment here. They're being heavily criticized over these posts by the president, by Democrats. And instead of backing off or apologizing for it, they're leaning into it, and they're playing the music over loudspeakers and on repeat inside the briefing room because they simply don't care about that criticism.
Imagine being that upset over Trump's social media putting a sombrero on Hakeem Jeffries because he wants to take care of illegal aliens more so than United States citizens.
They care more about the people here that are illegal, that don't have a right to be here, than the people that are citizens. It's easy. It's easy enough to understand.
So earlier this morning, I put out on social media, it's the roast of me. Okay, it's my birthday today. I'm 48.
Happy
tomorrow,
birthday, bud.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for the gift. God bless.
Tomorrow, the gift, but tomorrow is the real, I think.
It's the real party tomorrow.
Yeah.
But no, you and Lindsay, I consider you guys family, and thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
But I put out on social media earlier today, screw it. Let's just do a roast. Bring it. So the most inappropriate comments we promise to read on the air. Nigel, you've got a printed out list of some of the comments. I posted a photo of myself at various ages. There's a picture of me as a fat kid with a Hawaiian shirt on.
Oh, I saw it.
High school senior picture where I look like the front man of a Color Me Bad cover band, and a picture of me now. And the following comments that you've been gracious enough to pull were posted on various social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Okay. Here's one comment. It only took 48 years to grow into those ears. I'm assuming they're talking about that.
So when I was younger, I was much thinner, and my ears stood out. Right? That's why I got the Dumbo chant at the free throw line at that basketball game at Franklin Central.
Even I, who really just kind of doesn't care and despises you, even I just, that makes me sad to hear. Okay, so it only took 48 years to grow into those ears. Here's another one. A roast of Hammer now that he's 48. The fat neck looks tired.
My fat neck looks tired?
I don't know what that means.
My neck looks fat? Oh, man, that hurts.
And I thought this is from Jay, and I thought young Rob Kendall had a punchable face.
Yeah, I was certainly punchable back in the day. There's no doubt.
This is from Nicole on your 48th birthday. The only reason I am here is to wish you a happy birthday is because I know your wife. Otherwise, I'd have no idea. Eat bleep.
Oh, jeez. Thanks, Nicole.
Nicole told you to eat bleep in your happy birthday message.
A word that rhymes with hit.
Here's Jeffrey. Happy birthday, Hammer. The pride of all the trailer parks in Beach Grove.
Oh, come on. That's unnecessary.
That is really unnecessary.
That's really unnecessary.
This might be my favorite one. We could end with this. I don't know if you want to. There's some more on here, but Johnny says, you look like you want to look like Jeffrey Epstein, but don't have the money to go to the island.
Good God. Jeez. And that's just a small portion of the hate and vitriol that I've received on social media today. What was that last one? One more time, Nige?
You look like you want to look like Jeffrey Epstein, but don't have the money to go to the island.
Good God. Well, thank you, I guess. I appreciate the
happy birthday.
The roasts. Matt Bear,
Inbound 69, delayed 3 minutes from 106th Street, 282nd. Southbound 6570 downtown, loaded up north split to the south split. That's a 4-minute delay. Inbound 65, delayed 3 minutes, 29th to Meridian. Eastbound 70 coming in slow, 8-minute delay, Tibbs Avenue to Meridian Street. Crash on the northeast side at Shadeland Avenue at Fall Creek Road. Crash northwest side, Guyan Road, south of West 38th Street. Northwest side stop and go traffic on northbound 465 after 79th to 865. Traffic sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Eli Manning reminds you there's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian Sliders. King's Hawaiian Sliders make you a winner on game day. Pick them up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Got one more here. Roasting Hammer on Facebook for his 48th birthday. This is from DJ. As a kid, you looked like Mouth from the Goonies. As an adult, you act like Mouth from the Goonies.
Oh, come on.
Happy
Come on.
birthday, Hammer.
On the YouTube chat, D. Marshall, your senior picture looks like a young, sober Joe Hogsett. Well, thanks, I guess. I don't know.
Is that? No, I don't.
My senior
I don't
picture,
agree with that.
if you look at it long enough, you're going to get pregnant. You are.
Got some pleated pants there, silver chain.
The gold chain, man. The shirt with the fancy collar on it.
Is that a hat you're holding, or is that a blazer that you've got?
It's a blazer.
Okay.
Yeah, blazer thrown over the back.
Thrown over the back.
Dude, my senior picture, seriously, if you look long at it, you will get pregnant.
I'm not. I'm closing it out immediately.
83 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Is this anything? Next.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers.
Man, I love my new Galaxy Concrete garage floor coating. And if you could have seen the before and after pictures of my old garage floor compared to what it looks like now, you wouldn't even recognize it. They came in, got it done in just as little as a day, and they didn't use epoxy, by the way. I know some people are partial to epoxy. No. Forget about all that stuff. That's the old standard. What they used to coat my garage floor was polyurea, the new premium standard for coatings. And I love the job they did. It's just so much I had them back to do my basement and the concrete floor in my utility room. If you're a guy like me that's in his garage a lot working, you got the beer fridge in there, the TV hanging up, but you hate the way your garage floor looks, call Galaxy Concrete Coatings today, 751-9070. Check out their website, see pictures, tons of different styles to choose from, galaxyconcretecoatings.com.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
This hour powered by Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling, your independent American Standard Air dealer.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Yeah, brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week.
Every damn week?
Fast, easy, and free to search to see if you've got any money floating around out there. Just go to indianaunclaimed.gov.
Is this anything? Holiday Inn Express is testing a new scent-based alarm clock. It works like a diffuser, releasing the scent of coffee, bacon, or blueberry muffins when it's time for you to wake up in the morning. But unfortunately, it's not in the United States just yet. It's overseas. Here is an influencer on social media talking about the new scent-based alarm clock.
What if your alarm clock didn't sound like this, but smelled like your favorite breakfast scent? Holiday Inn Express just launched the world's first breakfast alarm clock. It literally wakes you up to the smell of coffee, bacon, or blueberry muffin.
No, I'm not getting woken up by, I love waking up to the smell of bacon and eggs. My wife gets up early and cooks breakfast. It's awesome, but it's the noise from the alarm that wakes me up. I'm just dreaming about eating pancakes at that point. If she's really cooking pancakes, then I'm just having a dream about eating pancakes. I'm not waking up.
That's why you have the arousal in the morning. It's not because you're ready to go. You're dreaming about those pancakes and you're fat.
When you say arousal, do you mean getting out of bed? Is that what you meant?
I mean, things happen in the morning. I'm trying not to be too graphic for our audience here.
Thank you. Thank you very
I'm
much.
drawing the line here.
This is nothing. Probably the noise from the alarm clock is the best way to get out of bed.
Hell, sometimes even with the noise, I don't get out of bed. Like, my hearing isn't the greatest. I've been wearing headphones since I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
Like, my wife already understands I'm going deaf now, and when I get older, it's going to be even worse. So, yeah, if you don't think I'm getting up when I hear, I sure as hell ain't getting up when I, is that bacon? No, come on.
Do the last one here.
Is this anything? Here's a viral video of an actress having a meltdown. Brittany Ray Carrera, which I've never heard of. Do you know who this is? Carrera? Do you know who this is, Kurt?
I think so.
Nige? Anybody?
I think I know who she is.
She had friends over for a viewing party to watch her scenes from the new Glenn Powell series, Chad Powers.
He plays baseball player. Have you seen that?
Player.
Oh, football player.
Yeah. It's based off of what Eli Manning did years ago.
Yeah.
So she's in that. She had a viewing party for it, and a couple of them were recording when she discovered that they reshot her scene. You'll hear who replaced her, and she was ticked off.
With the dopest people, we got my.
Wait, no, this is my scene.
We've been together for like
This is my scene. I'm responding to what he's saying right now.
We got Haley, Tua.
Well. Wait, what? Tua? They literally, this is my scene.
Sister.
Did you come in later?
No, this is literally my scene. I'm responding to what he's saying.
All right,
Film
I'm
this.
gonna make an announcement.
You're not in the scene.
Russ Holiday.
Oh my god! I just literally just realized that I can't replace my hot Tua.
Do you understand what's going on here?
The Hawk Tua girl replaced her
in the scene, and she was
wow.
She was cut from the scene, this actress, and was replaced with Hawk Tua. I don't know if it's real or not. I don't know. This girl's not in the IMDb credits or anything like that. I don't know if this is real, but
a publicity stunt, maybe.
I would be. What a humiliation, though. What an awful. Just. You think you've got your big break with Glenn Powell, who played.
He was in Maverick. He was in Twisters.
Twister, and Hawk Tua replaces you?
The Hawk
You
Tua
shot
girl?
the scene. They paid the money. They paid you to shoot the scene, and then they paid extra money to say, you know what, we're going to have Hawk Tua in here instead.
You're a professional actress. She got famous for talking about spitting on
Yes.
a crank.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And yet she's going to replace her. So the question becomes, do you think this is real, or is this staged publicity for the Chad Power series? I think it's the latter. I think this is the latter. Like, no way would she have the camera set up and like the audio that good for just people coming over to watch her scene. I don't buy it. I'm cynical. I think this is bullcrap. That's just me. All right. Hey, jump on the YouTube chat. We need likes. We need you to get to the WIBC YouTube chat. Right now, we need about 80 people, 80, to give us a like, to give us a thumbs up. Do it for me. It's my birthday today. If I've ever made you laugh, if I've ever made you want to punch me in the face or somewhere in between, go to the WIBC YouTube chat, give us a like, give us a thumbs up. We've got to get to 150. 150 is the magic number. 150 shuts up the 20-year-olds in our digital department that tell us all the time, you got to get 150 likes. All right, fine, whatever. So please help us out. We need 80, 70 or 80 of you, more if possible, to go to the WIBC YouTube chat as a favor to me to hit that thumbs up and give us a like on the WIBC YouTube page. They're streaming the show. There's a live chat. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Football is back, and so are great hairlines. We Grow Hair Indy has helped former local professional football players get back in the game with full natural hair. You don't have to play pro ball to get pro-level results. Hey, it's Rob, and I knew I picked the right team when I needed a Hail Mary for my hair. I called We Grow Hair Indy. Whether you're tailgating, coaching, or watching from the couch, do it with confidence. Trade the sidelines for a hairline. Get back in the game at We Grow Hair Indy. Schedule your free evaluation today at WeGrowHairIndy.com. That's WeGrowHairIndy.com or call 317-522-2995. That's 317-522-2995. Enjoy being out and about this fall. Enjoy watching the games in person with your friends with confidence you haven't had in years. And you can do it with a trip to We Grow Hair Indy. 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Tell them Rob sent you.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What could be preventing the government from opening back up? Mostly cloudy and 82 degrees in the Circle City. Tonight's low 55. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 4:34. Republican leaders continue to blame Democrats for the government shutdown. Fox's Chad Pergram reports there may be something happening between Democrat Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
The question is whether Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez compelled Schumer to take a hardline position. Critics argue Schumer veered left and is trying to protect himself, but Ocasio-Cortez contends she is not piloting the shutdown ship.
This is so not about me in this moment.
But there's dissension among Democrats about the outsized influence of Ocasio-Cortez when it comes to the shutdown. Some Democrats privately tell Fox that the party would match up better with President Trump if Pelosi were still in charge and if the late Harry Reid still led Senate Democrats. Other Democrats say voters don't worry about internal shutdown politics.
This is day 2 of the shutdown. Former Des Moines Public School Superintendent Ian Roberts is out of an Iowa jail in the custody of federal authorities. The Woodbury County Sheriff's Office says he's now in custody of the Justice Department on a federal warrant for his arrest. That former superintendent was detained by ICE last week, who says he's in the country illegally after a final order of removal in 2024. As Indiana begins housing ICE detainees at the Miami Correctional Facility, Governor Mike Braun outlines the process. Ryan Hedrick reports.
Back in August, Governor Braun said the state was working with immigration authorities to make room for about 1,000 people at the prison.
When it comes down to the humanity of dealing with anyone that has issues, especially as it relates to asylum, that would cross almost all faith. That doesn't mean you have open borders.
Braun speaking Wednesday as 15 people were booked into the Miami Correctional Facility. Indiana is receiving nearly $300 per day for federal detainees. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Russian President Vladimir Putin says Russia will quickly respond if it thinks it's being provoked by Europe. Putin's accused NATO members of providing Ukraine with intelligence, weapons, and training, but warned that provocation would be met with swift action. The war in Ukraine is Europe's worst conflict since World War II. The first number 24 jersey worn by Los Angeles Lakers legend Kobe Bryant recently sold for $889,000 at a Sotheby's auction. Bryant first wore that jersey on November 3rd of 2006 in a win over the Seattle Supersonics. The jersey is autographed and uniquely inscribed First 24 with authentication through photo matching to the Lakers' 2006 Media Day. In your WIBC closing bell report, the Dow Jones Industrial Average finished the day up 78 points to 46,519. The S&P 500 gained 4 points. It's now at 6715. And the NASDAQ gained 89 points to 22,844. It's 4:36. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family-owned businesses going back 3 generations in Indy with their familiar orange logo and a name you know. But you may not know they'll pay you cash for your scrap metal. Cash is king. Your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, and brass will get you cash from Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Just drop it off or schedule a pickup, and you'll put cash in your pocket. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Local names you can trust with 2 locations.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Get cash for your scrap. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
With traffic now, here's Matt Bear.
All right, John, inbound 69, a 4-minute delay, 106th Street, 2465. Inbound 65, 5-minute delay, 21st to Meridian. Eastbound 78-minute delay from Tibbs Avenue into Meridian, and southbound 6570 is slowing down even more. North split to the south split now delayed 3 minutes. East side southbound 465, slow off 70 down to 74. Those northbound lanes heavy from 70 up to I-69, and eastbound 465 stop and go from Keystone Avenue past Allisonville Road. Crash Southeastern Avenue, Keystone Crash, Guyan Road south of 38th. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products, plus 2.99% financing, and an additional $550 off your project. Trust local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're heading into a cool Thursday night under mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. Lows will fall into the upper 50s to lower 60s. Friday, expect a warm end to the work week under mostly sunny skies and light winds out of the south, with dry air continuing too. Highs Friday afternoon will be in the mid to upper 80s, and then Saturday we're once again going to have high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s under lots of sunshine and light winds out of the south. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Sean Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Oh, man, I feel like it's a Friday. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here, also a special guest live in studio.
So Matt Baer joins us normally on Fridays, but if we're on the road, especially at a bar, Matt, tell me if you think this is overreacting on my behalf. I feel like it's inappropriate to you to come on and talk about supporting sobriety if we're broadcasting from a bar where we're promoting a drink special.
I don't want to bring everybody down with, with my sobriety talk during the road show. That's perfectly accurate. Yeah, I think that's good.
But I love your stories. That's why we wanted you in here today.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm not just blowing smoke up your rear end here. The
Vape.
word respect, I'm not just blowing vape up your rear end. The word respect gets thrown around a lot. And in this industry, in the radio industry, Nigel and I have been doing this since we were 18 years old in this city. Give or take a few other pit stops, but for the most part, we've been in Indy since each of us were 18. I'm 48 today. Very few people can I say I respect. You fall into that category because you put yourself out there. If it's embarrassing, if you've had a rock bottom low, you come on this show and you talk about it because you want to help other people.
Yeah, that is correct, and thank you for the kind words, everybody. It's a case where, you do something, you go through something, hell to get to heaven, and by sharing that story, you can help others, and that's all it is. The shame that I used to have. And, I'm a recovering alcoholic and addict, and we have a podcast called Supporting Sobriety, and with that, we talk to the caregiver of people like me and my partner, Ryan Hendrick, the people we tormented through our youth. So, if you can reach one person, that's what it is. If you can reach one person, and thanks to you guys having me on, there are actually a couple of people I'm talking to right now and helping out. I'm taking a call tonight when I get off work.
No kidding.
About 7:15. And, it's a person that lives in Texas. All the way in Texas. They listen to the station. They listen to the podcast. And,
Isn't that wild?
It's crazy.
And I don't mean to derail the conversation, but so many people around the country listen to this show, the Hammer and Nigel show. We've got people in Tennessee, in Florida, in California, and Texas that tune in because whether they have ties to Indiana or not, they like the way that we present the information.
It's so badass. It's such a blessing. And this evening, this guy and I will talk a little bit about our alcoholism. And after that, we're just going to talk because that's what recovery is about, just talking. As dudes, we don't like to be vulnerable. We don't like to get naked. Maybe not the word I wanted to use.
I'm sorry, what?
I love to be naked.
Can I be honest with you? You said something before that I don't like. And I meant to bring up, we just didn't have time the last time. We were talking about alcoholics and addicts and relapsing. And you said something to the effect of, if I have a relapse, I'm not coming back from that. I didn't like that. And here's why. Because you can come back from that. And this is from my perspective. I'm projecting. If you have a relapse, and I know, and maybe you can expand on what you were talking about when you said that. I don't like that thinking because you could get back on you could get right back up and pick yourself up again and start all over again.
I'm very happy you brought that up.
I really, that stuck with me when you said that a couple of weeks ago, and we didn't have time to talk about it. I don't even know if you really remember or know what I'm talking about.
I do. Yeah.
But you said you wouldn't live past that or survive that, and I don't like that way of thinking.
No, I don't either.
You get up, you're ashamed, you go back into rehab and do the same thing. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all, and that's what you do. That's what recovery is, and coming back from recovery over and over again is some of the paths some of us take, and that's unfortunate, but it is true. We do relapse. I was speaking from my own experience on that, which is all I can do when we talk about recovery. I don't claim to be an expert at anything. I know what my experience is with my alcoholism. I remember, guys, and I told this story.
You're an expert at recovery.
Yeah, well, sure.
I trust you more than anybody that hasn't gone through it.
Absolutely, and that's why I love working with Ryan so much, is he compliments my weaknesses on this podcast. Yeah, Ryan Hendrick, our morning anchor, and we really complement each other well. I was thinking, and I still think about this, and I talked to people in recovery about this that day that I left here doing traffic WIBC when I was drunk as a monkey. I always used to say, through my alcoholism and doing traffic, when I'm drunk, the words will still come. You're good enough at this. You know the roads well enough. You know the map. The words will come. Until that day, the words didn't come anymore. And that's when I picked up my bag, and I said goodbye. The newsroom was full. John Herrick was there, I believe. I think Kurt was there. Madison McGill, Chris Davis, Shyla was there. They were all there. And I said goodbye. And then I took my bag with a half bowl of vodka, and I went down to my car, and I got in, and I drove home.
Did it take a realization from yourself, or was it your boss yelling at you? Because, Matt, let's be honest. I remember one of the rock bottom lows that you had. You were on our air. You were drunk doing a traffic report. Nigel and I kind of knew it. It was pretty bad. And then we got a phone call, like into the hotline here off the air, where one of our bosses was like, you've got to get Matt off the air. Like,
interesting. I didn't know that.
And I may be telling you this for the first time. And if that's the case, that's the case.
No, let's do it. Let's get it
But I think you can understand. Did it take a realization from yourself, or one of your bosses saying, until you get right, you can't do this job again?
It was a combination. On that day that I left, and I went right on New York Street, going back to Mass Avenue to my apartment, it was so surreal because how I remember these. I wasn't a blackout drunk. As drunk as I was, I always, you may have to remind me, but I remember everything. I made this right onto the one-way New York Street. And it was so quiet. It was very quiet. And I remember thinking to myself, how much money do you have left to pay your rent? How much money do you have left to buy vodka over the next 30 days?
Jeez.
I call that, and it's not my expression, and I can't say where I got it from, but it's called going to the bitter end and knowing you're going to the bitter end. That's what happens when an alcoholic in recovery dies in use, is going to the bitter end. And that's what I was thinking of. That's what I was planning. Now, here's what happened. Somebody here, I have an idea who it is, but I can't confirm it because I've never asked. The fact is, it just happened. Somebody here called the cops. So when I get home, okay, and I cannot remember if this was morning or evening rush. I believe it was evening because there was a knock at the door, and the cops were there. And I was just so obliterated. Yeah, before they got there, I was just pulling off this bottle like a madman. I had it in my hand.
Sure.
You know, I was drinking straight from the bottle, like, you know, it was just going down. There was no, it was just, I was just dousing myself with alcohol, even more drunk than what I normally was. And I invite the cops in. We have a conversation to the best of my ability. And basically they were saying, no, we're not going to leave without you because there was a suicide watch here. So they cuffed me and take me out of the apartment. Yeah, they cuffed me, take me out of the apartment, and take me to a hospital where I was in detox. And, you know, when you're on suicide watch. Yeah, you have to go.
Was it accurate? Like, were you in danger of harming yourself?
I was ready to go to the bitter end again with that. In other words, I was ready to drink myself to death. That was the plan. At some point, I would succumb. I gave myself maybe a month and a half, 2 months before I'd be completely gone. I mean, my liver was just sticking out of my stomach almost. It was so protruded. And my whole, and you could feel it in your pancreas, and you have, sorry about the detail, hemorrhoids just in these patches of, I mean, I was getting close to expiration.
What a change you've made, man.
Well, thank you, and God bless.
What a change, because you don't look like that anymore.
Right.
Well,
I feel so bad that you are in so much better shape than I am right now. Like, I'm trying to do everything.
48.
I still imbibe, Matt, and I hope that doesn't make you upset. I still have beverages, but man, I go to the gym like I'm drinking this stupid big bottle of water that I drink multiple big bottles every day. I'm trying to do everything right, and damn it, you still look 100 times better.
You guys have lost a ton of weight. You're taking care of yourselves. I'm really happy for both of you, and it's a privilege to be on here doing this today. But I bring these stories up and I tell these stories because I remember it wasn't so much that bad things were going to happen to me. It was more of a thing, nothing happens to you when you are in that. It's just gray. There's no good. There's no bad. You're not happy. You're not sad. The only time you feel a little bit of happiness is when you're pulling off the bottle.
Okay,
That's what it is.
We've been pretty heavy here. Can we take a break and come back? And I want your thoughts on the Colts game this weekend.
Sure.
Okay, and we got a clip from your podcast, too. I want to play. Could you come back for one more segment?
I'd love to. Thanks for having me.
Matt Baer, the traffic beast, joining us here. Man, nobody's more of an open book than this cat.
Amazing.
Come on back. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
The deals and specials are sizzling hot. It's the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Stoutfield National Guard Armory on West Minnesota Street. The best dealers in the region, hundreds of tables, just $6 for adults, kids 12 and under free. Must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade this Saturday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Stoutfield National Guard Armory. For more info, visit CentralIndianaGunShows.com.
Hey, what's up? It's Hammer from Hammer and Nigel Show. My friends are up at Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing. And when I say friends, I've made a connection with these people. Why? Because they have the absolute best customer service of anybody in Indy. Neve, the manager, this is a big thing for him. He wants his staff to be the best. The staff at Diamonds Direct, when they work with you and you become a regular client, they know who you are. They know who your kids are. They know about your spouse, why you're there. You can't get that everywhere, but you get it at Diamonds Direct. My sales rep is Chris. She's a rock star. If you need somebody, walk into Diamonds Direct and ask for her. But if you can't get her, anybody else is going to be great. They will treat you like $1 million. They're going to make sure you get the biggest bang for your dollar. Because when you buy a diamond, this is a big deal. This is a big experience. And Diamonds Direct, the official jeweler of the Indianapolis Colts, the biggest selection, the lowest prices. The sales staff, their job is to make sure you go home happy and get the biggest bang for your dollar. And this weekend, it's a designer weekend. Tacori will be there. If you like the Tacori line of diamonds, of jewelry, stop by Diamonds Direct. It's Keystone at the Crossing. It's by the Green Bridge. Walk in that beautiful showroom and tell them Hammer from Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Struggling with chronic joint pain? Don't want risky surgery or endless pills? QC Kinetics is your answer. Our non-invasive treatment stimulates your body's own biologics and has a fantastic success rate without lengthy recovery or harmful medications. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to QCkinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. Whether it's stem cell, PRP, or a number of other revolutionary therapies, QC Kinetics should be the last call you make. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
We set out to be the very best of the best, and past couple years we've actually achieved that. For all of the state of Indiana, we've been awarded the Dealer of the Year award twice now. Unlike other brands, that only gets handed to one dealer every year, and we're very proud to have won that twice.
Put the best to work for you at FamilyHVAC.net. Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
At Price Point Comfort, we're here to keep your home cozy and comfortable, and we'll always have your best interests at heart.
Just go to PricePointComfort.com. Price Point Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Up to 50% off and 2.99% financing, plus receive an additional $550 off your project.
Because at B Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
WIBC is teaming up with Shepherd Community Center and Gleaners to support Indy. Stop by 4107 East Washington Street this Friday from 3 to 5 for a food distribution event that's all about giving back. Full details at WIBC.com.
Matt Bear, he's right next to me, but they look at the roads.
Woo! Looking at southbound 65, 70 delayed 5 minutes, north split to the south split because of construction. Inbound 65 delayed 6 minutes from 29th to Meridian. Eastbound 70 on a 9-minute delay from Tibbs Avenue into the south split. Eastbound 465 stop and go traffic from Westfield Boulevard past Allisonville Road. Crash Guine Road south of 38th Street. And a crash on the east side. This is Shadeland Avenue at Fallen Creek Road. Traffic is mostly cleared up. Please watch out for cleanup. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
83 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. I got a couple things I want to get to you, Matt, but we got a short time to do it in. We got 2 minutes here. The Colts will be celebrating Shaq Leonard, a.k.a. Darius Leonard, this weekend at the game against the Raiders. He's announced his retirement from the league. He will retire as a Colt. He's banging the anvil. Your thoughts?
One of my favorite Colts of all time, and I've been a Colts fan forever, just like everybody else. I love Shaq Leonard. The guy was an absolute missile, a playmaker. He reminds me of my favorite Colt of all time. Well, my second favorite Colt of all time, and that's Bob Sanders, who was just an absolute
Just
beast.
a little missile.
Yeah, he was an absolute missile. And like this team now has Nick Cross, who I'm becoming a huge fan of, and Michael Pittman Jr., who is just a man. He is an absolute man. So I expect him to shellac Vegas this weekend. That's what I want.
What soundbite from your podcast are we about to hear?
Okay, we talked about the negative stuff before the break, but now this is the positive stuff, the beauty of it, the fun stuff. That's the joy of recovery. The thing is, when you're a recovering alcoholic, you have to put in the work. But sometimes it's a little arduous. Sometimes there's a lot to it. One of the recovery centers I was at, it was a step study. It was a step study for troubled children, except we were all 40. And we go through the NA workbook for step one, complete surrender in step one that your alcoholic and addict has to make to begin their recovery journey in earnest. And there were 69 questions.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of questions.
Yep. And they were saying, if you write yes or no, you got to go back and do the whole thing again. You had to write out the answers. Mm-hmm. It was one of the most valuable teachings I've ever had in recovery. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. We got about 10 seconds.
I was just saying it was a fantastic experience, and the world of recovery is a beautiful thing if you're ready to come.
I'm so proud of what you've become, Matt.
Hell yeah,
God
man.
bless you. Where can we find this podcast?
You can find it on any major podcast provider. I use Spotify. It's supporting sobriety at @sobriety_pod on Instagram and X. And my partner is Ryan Hedrick. You can find him at Sure to Cover on Twitter.
Anywhere you get your podcast. I hear that all the time, right? Anywhere you get your podcast.
You'll find it. Supporting
sobriety. Matt Baer, thank you so much, man.
Happy birthday, Hammer. Thanks for having me, fellas.
Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Hey, coming up next, Tommy Pigott. He used to work with the RNC. He used to call it every week. Now he works at the State Department. He's got an update for us next.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Stuck in a job that just isn't getting it done? Maybe it's time to go for IT. Whether you're just starting out, switching careers, or a military veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you launch a rewarding career in IT in months. No prior experience needed. Why spend years getting a traditional degree when your future in IT can start right now? Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Your most powerful upgrade? Your career. Go for it. Go for IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808.
It all comes down to this, folks. Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain. Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast. Speaking of fast, did you just see that play? Yeah, he vaporized that ball. That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark says she's concerned about the future of the WNBA. You'll hear why. How people from both Chicago and New York ended up arrested in Indiana, and what a new documentary is looking at. Those stories and more after Fox News Radio. You are listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
Layoffs are coming. Lisa Brady, Fox News. That's what the White House keeps warning as a government shutdown continues. Fox's Peter Ducey reads a post from the president about a meeting with his budget chief.
To determine which of the many Democrat agencies, most of which are a political scam, he recommends to be cut and whether or not those cuts will be temporary or permanent. I can't believe the radical left Democrats gave me this unprecedented opportunity. They are not stupid people. So maybe this is their way of wanting to quietly and quickly make America great again.
Democrats in Congress blame Republicans for the shutdown as they argue for health care issues to be addressed and accuse Republicans of lying about Democrats wanting taxpayer-funded health care to cover illegal immigrants. Delaware Senator Chris Coons telling Fox,
I want a path forward where we reverse some of Trump's cuts to health care and we reverse some of the ways that health insurance costs are going through the roof. And that's what I'm looking for, is a good faith negotiation about how do we do that.
Republicans say policy differences can be addressed once short-term spending is approved to end the shutdown. Police in Manchester, England, just confirming a third suspect in custody after a man attacked people outside a synagogue earlier today, killing 2, wounding 4. That man drove his car into a crowd and then started stabbing people, and he was shot and killed by police. He's now identified as a UK citizen of Syrian descent. But 3 other suspects have been arrested on suspicion of terrorism-related charges. The attack happening on Yom Kippur, the holiest day on the Jewish calendar.
The attack in Manchester this morning is absolutely shocking, and all of our thoughts are with those affected.
British Prime Minister Keir Starmer sending more security to synagogues across the country. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Indiana going through a dry spell. It's cloudy and 82 degrees, but your radar is all clear. I'm John Herrick. This report is brought to you by Guardian Wells Financial. Here's what's trending at 5:02. You might be wondering when it might rain again in Indiana.
So our rain chances start to increase Monday night and really persist through Wednesday.
Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says some places could get about an inch of rain. During her exit interview today, Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark said with WNBA players wanting a new collective bargaining agreement from the league, this is the most important moment in the history of the WNBA.
I think what people need to understand, we need great leadership in this time across all levels.
Vice President of the WNBA Players Association Executive Committee, Nafisa Collier, said earlier this week that WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert is failing her players. Clark called Collier's comments valid. A man from New York is accused of leading Indiana State Police on a chase that went across 4 counties today in a Kia passenger car. His name is Daniel Zaidi, and at one point, police say he entered the Indiana toll road going 120 miles an hour. Eventually, police got his tires deflated with stop sticks, and he was arrested for resisting law enforcement and reckless driving. A wanted Chicago man led police from Indianapolis into Johnson County Wednesday night.
I'm Ryan Hedrick. His truck hit a concrete pipe, went airborne, landed in a ditch, and burst into flames along I-65. His brother spoke for their mother afterward.
She said that with her, she was always like a good son, but he did have a short temper.
The man, identified as Marco Antonio Pena Morales, had a history of violence towards cops and animals and was convicted of carrying a gun as a felon. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC. WIBC Mobile News.
And a new documentary explores AI, dementia, and human connection. Johnette Cruz with that story.
I can engage individuals with dementia in conversations.
What or who you're hearing is Iris, an AI-driven robot developed by IU researchers.
Providing companionship and stimulating their cognitive abilities.
Iris engages seniors with dementia in dialogue and storytelling and is part of a new documentary created by IU graduate Jack Bassett, who is exploring the high-tech approach to memory care in Bloomington. Bassett hopes the documentary highlights the human side of AI, and the film premieres this Friday at IU's Fine Arts Building. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Your traffic and weather next. It's 5:04.
Retirement isn't just about reaching the finish line, it's about knowing how to play the next movement. Without a plan, your savings can feel like noise instead of music. I'm Jason Hutchins with Guardian Wells Financial. I've seen too many families head into retirement without the guidance they need. That's why I wrote Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. I'd like to mail you a copy at no cost. Call 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929. Inside this book, you'll find real-world strategies on turning savings into income, making smarter Social Security decisions, and reducing a bite of taxes in retirement. Call 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929 for your book today. Don't wait. Supplies are limited, and when they're gone, they are gone. Orchestrate your retirement. Discover the rhythm of a confident future.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wealth Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
Call 317-660-0929.
With traffic at 5:05, here's Matt Bear.
You got it, John. Inbound 65, slow from 29th to Meridian, a 5-minute delay. Eastbound 70, delayed 5 minutes. Belmont to Meridian. Inbound 69, 4-minute delay from 106th Street to 82nd. Southbound 6570, stop and go traffic from the north split to the south split for a 3-minute delay. On the east side, southbound 465 slow from 70 down to 74, and those northbound lanes tight from 70 up to Penn Pike. Traffic sponsored by Moderna. Mnext Spike COVID-19 vaccine mRNA by Moderna is here. To find it near you, visit mnextspike.com. That's mnexspike.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Expecting mostly clear to partly cloudy Thursday night with lows in the upper 50s to lower 60s. A warm and mostly sunny end to the work week is ahead for Friday with highs in the mid to upper 80s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special and familiar guest on the hotline.
No stranger to this program, although the title is a little different. He's now the principal deputy spokesperson with the State Department. Tommy Pigott joins us. Tommy, good to have you back. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on. It's been a while. Great to be back on the show.
Your job affected at all by government shutdown that's happening right now, Tommy?
Well, naturally it is. The State Department's affected. Naturally, there are people that are furloughed, and our ability to be proactive, quite frankly, is sometimes hurt by this, our ability to host events or reach out. Of course, we're doing everything we can to maintain our critical functions here at the State Department, to maintain those services that we have to maintain. We're doing everything we possibly can. But, of course, it's affected. It's affected by the sense that we're not able to do a lot of that proactive diplomacy. And I think the contrast that we're seeing from President Trump's leadership and really the conflicts he's stopped, the foreign policy that he has put in place that's been yielding so many results, the contrast we have there into what congressional Democrats, and the fact that they oppose that congressional resolution. I mean, it really, the continuing resolution, excuse me, it really is quite the contrast, I think, between the two.
So what does this shutdown mean for the talks in the Israeli-Palestinian war? Because it feels like there was some real progress there. There was some optimism that maybe some sort of agreement could be made. There was a lot of chatter of that, but then the government shutdown took place. Do those talks end, or what happens here?
Well, we're continuing those critical missions. We're continuing trying to have those talks. We're continuing also trying to get to that peace agreement. I mean, the fact that President Trump announcing that historic peace plan that he put in place and then a few hours later having the shutdown talk, I think it also shows, I mean, to be quite frank, as secretaries in the past have said, Secretary John Kerry, secretaries under previous administrations have talked about the damage that shutdowns due to our foreign policy, the message that this sends. And I do think it's quite ironic for all the criticism, misplaced criticism, that people have leveled at President Trump, saying that somehow he's undermining confidence in our foreign policy. First of all, nothing could be further from the truth, but a shutdown undermines that confidence in our foreign policy, if anything. A shutdown has an effect on how other countries view our foreign policy. So these critical missions are continuing, and thank goodness we have President Trump in office who's able to command the respect of leaders on the world stage, who's able to bring parties together. But there can be no doubt that shutdown, of course, affects how other countries view our nation. And critics of our administration, of President Trump's administration, of course, all of us serving under him, only have to look to previous comments from Democrat secretaries of state to show that this affects confidence in the government and really does do damage to how we're viewed internationally. And thankfully, again, President Trump is our president and able to bring people together and command such respect on the world stage.
And Tommy, let's be clear. This shutdown is a direct result of the Democrats. This is a Democrat shutdown, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, there are facts here. I mean, there's a continuing resolution that is supported by President Trump. There's a continuing resolution that was passed by the House. And there's a continuing resolution that was blocked by the Democrats. This is a Democrat-led shutdown. That is a fact. That is just the facts of the matter. And they're shutting this down for unnamed reasons. I mean, the vice president spoke so eloquently to that just the other day, just yesterday.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he really laid it all out there. So there are real consequences to how our country is viewed on the international stage, and it's unclear why this is even happening. I mean, we should have this continuing resolution. The administration supports a continuing resolution, and President Trump stands ready to sign a continuing resolution so that we can put this behind us and get back to work to actually solving conflicts and putting America first. Even though President Trump continues to do that to this day, it's just this is one of those things that is standing in the way and making it harder to do that.
And Tommy, just so our audience is clear, there might be some folks listening that don't follow this kind of stuff as closely as we all do. Let's just say somebody tries to attack the United States, or there's a world situation that takes place right now. Just because there's a government shutdown doesn't mean that leaders of the United States and the U.S. military are unavailable. Is that correct?
That's correct. So we're talking about critical missions continuing. We're also seeing, for example, passport services and consular services, which are services the State Department provides. Those are also continuing. So we are doing everything possible to make sure that we are continuing critical missions here at the State Department. And I know that's the posture during a shutdown across the government, to make sure that we are continuing these critical services. There are opportunities that will be missed from a proactive standpoint, though, and that's just the fact of the matter. The fact that you have so many people furloughed, there are less people today at the State Department than there were when the government was open. There are less events that are happening. There's less proactive diplomacy that is happening. There's less trying to move the ball forward in so many different areas of the world. And a lot of work is happening at the State Department behind the scenes. Of course, there are the main issues that get the news coverage every single day. But lots of times, even those issues are the result of day in and day out proactive diplomacy, the hard work of people out here at the State Department. And during a shutdown, a lot of that work has to come to a stop. So we're continuing the critical missions. We're continuing the critical services that we have to provide here, that the American people need us to provide. But there is damage being done because of that lack of proactive diplomacy, because of the shutdown.
Yeah, you talk about the image of the United States on the world stage. We're speaking with Principal Deputy Spokesperson Tommy Pickett of the State Department. I'm wondering your thoughts on, just generally speaking, your analysis of what Donald Trump's speech at the UN and how it was perceived on a world stage. Because I think it was pretty powerful.
It was very powerful. I think it was basically a wake-up call for the free world. It was a wake-up call for the free world, and it was a call to action for the free world. He identified key policies that have done such damage to our countries, and they've been self-destructive policies because there have been policies that have been put in place by a lot of countries in Europe and by the previous administration. President Trump coming in, thankfully, in reversing so many of those dangerous policies when it comes to climate extremism, when it comes to the open borders. solving those problems, the fact that we have zero illegal immigrants crossing the border 4 months in a row. I mean, that is the type of success of this leadership. But the speech called out the failures across the Western world and really was a call to action to defend our values. I think it was meeting this moment, and the fact that it was received extremely well by leaders across the world, and it was received with respect that President Trump commands. So these were hard truths that had to be said. This was a frank conversation with countries around the world, but countries understand what President Trump is saying. They respect him. They respect his leadership. And all you have to see is all the countries that are working with President Trump to solve problems to see that respect in action. So the speech was really a powerful speech, I think a historic speech outlining the way forward and some of the problems that we need to solve and policies that we need to stop as a Western world in order to really meet the challenges of the 21st century.
Tommy, before we let you go here, do you have an update? Because I think this story went very much underreported. The American who was wrongfully detained in Afghanistan. I know the Trump administration, the State Department, they were working really hard to get this guy out of there. Do we have an update?
I don't have an update for you here, but what I can say is our highest priority here at the State Department is the safety and security of the American people, both at home and abroad. And I can also point you to that recent executive order, for example, that President Trump signed about giving new authorities, new abilities to hold countries accountable who wrongfully detained Americans. We have been continually working to bring Americans home. We've brought a series of Americans home who have been wrongfully and unjustly detained, and we will not stop working until we see every American who's wrongfully detained brought home. That's a commitment from this administration. We've been working every day to live up to it, and every single day working to provide the tools and other diplomacy necessary to achieve that goal.
Tommy Pickett, the principal deputy spokesperson for the State Department. Tommy, thank you so much for the updates and clarifying things for us, and let's have this conversation again sometime.
For sure. Thank you for having me on.
All right, Matt Baer standing by in the WIBC Traffic Center.
All right, Hammer, inbound 69, a 4-minute delay, 106th Street to 82nd. Inbound 65, 4-minute delay, 29th to Meridian. Eastbound 70, 4-minute delay, Harding to Meridian. And southbound 65, 70 delayed 8 minutes from the north split to the south split because of construction. On the east side, southbound 465 slows from 70 to 74. The northbound lanes tighten up after 70 up to 69. Eastbound 465 stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue past Allisonville Road. Crash northwest side, that's Georgetown Road, south of 79th. Crash southeast side, Southeastern Avenue at Keystone. Traffic sponsored by Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. Get your home ready for colder temps and the holidays. Benjamin Franklin of Indianapolis is here to help. Everything from plumbing inspections, water heaters, and more. Book now at BenjaminFranklinPlumbingIndy.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
It is 82 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Up next, are you okay with this?
Tony Katz.
Remind our kids that in the United States, we allow people to say things even that we don't like. Free speech does not exist for the speech or the person that you like. It exists for the speech of the people that you hate. Because you may hate them, but they also hate you, and they should have no ability to keep you from speaking. And what happened to Charlie Kirk is obscene.
Tony Katz, mornings 6 to 9 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Seeking a project quality engineer for Greensburg, Indiana to ensure quality of thermal automotive products. Requires a bachelor's in industrial or mechanical engineering or closely related and 2 years quality engineering experience at a Tier 1 automotive supplier working on a project through a full life cycle. Conducting tooling and gauge design and validation using gauge R&R. Conducting gauge design for products with multiple SPC ports. Developing control plans and work instructions. Conducting DFMEA and PFMEA. Assuming responsibility for APQP and PPAP. Driving continuous improvements. Performing statistical process and control implementation, conducting testing and validation, interfacing with internal and external customers, validating quality of purchased components, working with customer-specific requirements, portals and project development methodology specific to Stellantis, VW, Ford, and Nissan, and using QRQC, PDCA, FTA, Fishbone, 8D, and 5Ys. 10% international travel required. Send resume to Valio North America Inc. at valio.ves-usa.mailbox@valio.com. Reference code 504734.
It's JMV. The fall season continues at Miss M's Home and Garden. Visit Johnson County's premier garden center for a large selection of locally grown mums, pumpkins, gourds, and fall decor. Now is a great time to shop and save. Happening now at Miss M's. Save 50% on pottery and herbaceous perennials, along with 40% savings on in-stock patio furniture. Don't forget, they also have a selection of trees and shrubs up to 50% off. Miss M's Home and Garden, located on State Road 135 south of Whiteland Road in Bargersville.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Jim's Heating and Air Conditioning. Owner Jim Scott is based in Clinton County, but they're now serving a larger area.
Boone County and Hamilton County, there are just not enough HVAC contractors in those areas to handle the demand. So we can offer a value for them because of our 5-star rating, family-owned, quality.
On the north side, give Jim's a call at 765-601-1461. Jim's is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Join Citizens Energy Group for free food, fun, and family-friendly activities at Community Resource Day on Saturday, October 4th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Citizens Energy Group, located at 2020 North Meridian Street. Connector resources, assistance programs, and more. On-site translation services provided by Intrends Inc. Enjoy free food, giveaways, and fun. Community Resource Day is Saturday, October 4th at 10 a.m. Visit citizensenergygroup.com/CRD.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Up to 50% off and 2.99% financing, plus receive an additional $550 off your project.
Because at B Windows,
we mean business. We mean business.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
This hour powered by Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling, your independent American Standard Air dealer.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, boy. This is, I like this. I think you're going to like this one, too, man. I used to hit up this place all the time before it shut down. Remember Chi-Chi's restaurants?
Oh, I love Chi-Chi's.
Went to the Chi-Chi's there on the west side, 38th and High School Road, all the time. Did you have one you went to specifically?
Greenwood, 31 South Greenwood, right near the mall area.
Chi-Chi's restaurants, they're back. A grand reopening of their flagship store in Minnesota. So
Minnesota doesn't deserve Chi-Chi's.
I know. Tim Old Balls does not deserve
Omar
Chi-Chi's.
doesn't deserve Chi-Chi's.
They'll be selling their classic menu items, the chimichangas, the tacos, the deep-fried Mexican ice cream. Oh, the old Chi-Chi's jingle brings back such good memories. Are you okay with this?
I love this. Not only am I okay with this, I absolutely adore this. It was Chi-Chi's where the coupon lady and I came back from our honeymoon. We went to Cancun, right?
Yeah.
And boy, we took part in all the festivities there. We went hard in the paint. We came back, we were still jonesing for like tequila and margaritas and Mexican food. And we're like, you know what? Let's just go to Chi-Chi's, man. And I used to love those big margaritas. Now, I'm not a huge marga guy. I don't normally just go out and say, let's have margs. But something about Chi-Chi's, man, they were so good.
Were there as many Mexican restaurants back in our day as there are now? Because I feel like there's a bunch of mom and pop ones. Like there's two in Zionsville, right? I mean, within proximity of each other. There's a locally owned one called the Salty Cowboy. There's El Toro. There's El Mason.
There's a lot of trucks, too.
Oh, yeah, Mexican food trucks. I feel like there's many more choices than we had back in the day, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had some big chain restaurants
El
like
Rodeo.
Chi-Chi's, no longer around, but yeah, between the food trucks and the mom and pop places, you see a lot more of it now. And I'm not going to complain, man. Some Mexican food, it just hits the spot sometime, especially when you've had 13 beverages.
But it's so, and then when it's the beer's cheap. You go in and get like a 32-ounce glass of Negro Modelo and have them extra lime, and it's like $5. And the chips and salsa sitting there waiting for you when you get there.
Right. Now, I do feel bad for every waiter or waitress that works in one of these places, because there's always the group of like suburban white chicks that go in there and they try to sound authentic. I want chimichangas. And then they smile at you with that nose crinkle like Stephanie McMahon does. They probably see that all the time. But no, man, I'm on board with this. Like, Ponderosa's my number one seed. If I could bring something back, it'd be Ponderosa.
Interesting.
But Chi-Chi's is right there. It's a strong 2 for me.
Police in Florida pulling over a Camry last weekend after it was caught racing a motorcycle at 3 o'clock in the morning. 124 miles an hour, Hammer.
Camry was getting it.
The driver claimed he was speeding because he, quote, had to use the bathroom. The good old gotta use the bathroom before my pants burst into foam excuse. Here is policeman talking about the arrest.
The Camry driver did not have a license. That's red flag number 1. Number 2, this is all happening at 3 in the morning. Where they're going at 3 in the morning, I do not know.
Are you okay with this?
No.
Are you okay with the excuse?
Oh, no. Like, that's like the textbook excuse, right?
Sure.
How many times on the average day does an officer who's out patrolling have to hear, why were you speeding? I had to go to the bathroom. Diarrhea, had to pee real bad. I was about to pee my pants, poop my pants. Unless you're Jerry Nadler, they're probably not buying that excuse. Unless you're Joe Biden, they're probably not buying that excuse.
Excuse me, then, Mr. Nadler, please, before you fill your pants, please move along.
We've seen it before. We know you're not lying. We're going to let it go. Just don't do it again.
Someone tells me this Camry, too, was like one of those cars that's all tricked out with like the loud muffler. If you're one of those guys.
Right.
Oh, just stop it.
The 40-plus-year-old guy that still tries to have bass in his car. Is that still a thing? Do like people still want to have the loud bass cars that go down the street? Like 1993, that was like a big deal.
Like a big cabinet, like with speakers in it, in your trunk. Right?
I mean, rappers were singing songs about it, you know. But now, I don't know if that's the case or not.
I think they make such good sound systems, no matter what cars you drive now, they don't need them. I don't think they make them anymore.
The only time I ever see those bootleg, just hoopty cars that have the big bass that sound like crap, that look like they just came out of a 1993 time machine, the Beech Grove Little League. The Beech Grove Little League. There's still going to be that one dad that pulls up in there blaring NWA as the kids are getting ready for a T-ball game.
Man, I'm telling you, though, back in the day, I had the 12-disc changer in my trunk.
That's strong.
Like with the Alpine CD
Oh, my
player.
God.
I went to this store called Ovation right next to Lafayette Square Mall.
You were too fly for a white guy.
Oh, yeah, well, I was way too fly for a white guy. So I saved up my pennies and got a 12-disc changer, had the Alpine, had some new speakers installed. I never had the cabinets with the giant, like, Cerwin Vegas or whatever. But I was that guy at the do you remember Ovation? Do you remember that store?
I do.
There's a couple of them across.
And boy, Alpine, that was about as good as it gets. Warren G used to rap about the Alpine speakers bumping as I smoke on the pound.
I put all that into my $18,000 Cavalier, by the way. Real quick, Keith Urban changed my sound equipment was worth more than the car. Keith Urban changed a line in the song "The Fighter." He wrote about Nicole Kidman, who had just separated. Instead, he swapped in the name of his guitarist, Maggie. During the live show, fans are outraged, thinking she might be the other woman. Hammer, this is the clip. I didn't hear it. But.
You know, I don't want to. It's fine. The louder you turn it up, the more it still sounds like a Keith Urban song. So I'm all right. Thanks. No, this is a big nothing burger. It's no, who cares? All right. Speaking of, people you don't want to turn up. Good God. Who let this guy in? Rob Kendall's here.
His shirt is off.
He's yelling at me. I don't care, it's your birthday. Property taxes, property taxes.
Why does he always wear a bandana when he comes back?
I don't
comes
know.
back in?
He is coming up to go off the rails right after we break down and have a look at the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The road he may go down because of the shutdown. Your radar is clear, the sky is cloudy, and it's 82 degrees in downtown Indy with lows tonight in the upper 50s. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 5:28. President Trump may use this current government shutdown to downsize the government.
President Trump is teasing, I have a meeting today with Russ Vought, he of Project 2025 fame, to determine which of the many Democrat agencies, most of which are a political scam, he recommends to be cut and whether or not those cuts will be temporary or permanent. I can't believe the radical left Democrats gave me this unprecedented opportunity. They are not stupid people. So maybe this is their way of wanting to quietly and quickly make America great again.
That's Fox's Peter Doocy at the White House. Democrats say Republicans caused the shutdown because they would not reverse cuts to health care benefits. The shutdown is affecting Indiana's National Park Service properties, Indiana Dunes National Park in Porter, George Rogers Clark National Historic Park in Vincennes, and the Lincoln Boyhood Home National Memorial in Spencer County have all closed. If you plan on flying, pilot and aviation safety expert Steve Cowell says the shutdown will impact your airport check-in.
But because the TSA is affected, we're going to see possibly concourses closed where passengers would normally enter TSA. There's going to be longer lines at the security stations.
About 61,000 of the 64,000 workers are considered accepted or exempt, while the rest of the employees will be temporarily furloughed. The FDA is approving a new generic form of the abortion pill mifepristone. Mifepristone is taken in combination with the drug misoprostol to perform medical abortions. And McDonald's is bringing back its Halloween-themed Boo Buckets. Those are specialized Happy Meals that'll be available October 21st. The buckets will feature faces of a ghost, a pumpkin, and a goblin, with two additions, those being a cat and a zombie. The Monopoly game is also returning on Monday after a 10-year hiatus. And with traffic now, here's Matt Bear.
Inbound 69, delayed 5 minutes, 106th Street, 282nd. Also, north side 465 going west, slow, 31 over to Ditch Road, and there's a crash just reported. It's 96 at Ditch. Inbound 65. Delayed 7 minutes from 29th Street to Meridian. Southbound 6570, a 5-minute delay from the north split to the south split because of construction. Eastbound 74-minute delay Harding into Meridian. South side northbound 65 slows from Southport Road to 465 because of construction. Eastbound 465 slow from South Meridian over to Arlington Avenue. Crash on the southeast side of Southeastern Avenue at South Keystone Avenue. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products, plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Friday, expect a warm end to the work week under mostly sunny skies and light winds out of the south, with dry air continuing too. Highs Friday afternoon will be in the mid to upper 80s, and then Saturday we're once again going to have high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s under lots of sunshine and light winds out of the south. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!
And now, Hammer and Nigel go off the rails with Rob Kendall.
Noise pollution.
My name is Nigel. Birthday boy Jason Hammer is here, also joining us live in studio to go off the rails. It's Rob Kendall. Rob, how are you?
Great, thanks as always to our segment sponsor, Garage Doors of Indianapolis. Hammer, can I just say this, and I mean this as a compliment. Other than you being much fatter than when I first met you 20 plus years ago, you have maintained most of your youthful beauty and boyish charm.
Well, thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. Youthful energy, that's what it is. 20 plus years ago when you met me, I was a guy that liked to gamble, swear, and pump chicks.
Yeah. What's
drink
changed?
heavily. Nothing's changed.
I was going to say.
I'm still here, baby.
Same guy.
I'm still standing, as Elton John once
You
said.
know, I know I've told this story before, but I was the producer for the Indians.
Yeah.
19-year-old Rob Kendall. That's how long Hammer and I have known each other. And on WXNT, Hammer was the weekend and fill-in guy on ZPL. And I used to go down and ignore the Indians broadcast. I'm sure I missed like 80 commercial breaks because I thought it was cool at all the chicks, the hot-sounding chicks that called Hammer.
Oh, sure.
And then Hammer gave me a great, valuable life lesson. He once told me, he said, just because they sound hot doesn't mean they are.
Oh, I've made that mistake too, my friend.
The more you know, Rainbow. Cue it up right there.
Made that mistake again, and again. I never learned my lesson in my 20s.
Never.
And it didn't seem to matter anyway. I didn't seem to care.
They're not all 10s.
They can't all be 10s, and I don't care if they're not all 10s.
It was also when I learned you can trade, no, this was back in the days of email, right? But you can trade a nude for a song request.
That's right.
I never did that.
How bad do you want to hear that Britney Spears song? It was a different time back then, Rob.
It sure was.
Decency standards aren't what they are today.
No.
Where are we at with the government shutdown? You happy? You sad? Are you glad it's going on? We have no end in sight, but this is certainly from the Democrats doing, correct?
Well, okay, so let's talk about what's going on here. The Republicans are taking a victory lap that they passed Biden-level spending. I mean,
Is that the big, beautiful bill?
Oh, no, I mean, that's what basically what they've the continuation has been is, I mean, they've pared back a few of the Biden programs, but by and large, we're talking Biden-level spending, which is why Rand Paul in the Senate voted against it, because he said, look, we're supposed to be the party of low taxes and limited government, and every time we get in charge of anything, we just keep spending and growing the government, and it's such an odd flex that Republicans are presenting themselves as the good guys.
We were promised Doge, right? Doge was going to cut a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, and?
It didn't seem to work out, did
Crickets.
it? Yeah. Isn't that funny? Look, it never changes. So on one hand, you have the Republicans who are doing a victory lap now because the Biden government is now their new standard of how much government we should have. And then you have the Democrats who are like, yeah, the Biden level of government, not enough for us anymore. We're going to need some more government on top of that. We are 37 trillion plus in debt, and nobody takes any of this seriously whatsoever.
But does it come down to the issue, and it feels like it's come down to this, of the Democrats want a crap ton of money to go to the states so those states can pay the health care of illegal aliens, and the Republicans are like, we'll give the states money, but you are not going to give it to illegal aliens. It feels like that's the one issue that we're coming down to here.
Well, Republicans are wholly invested in Obamacare the same way the Democrats are. And what Obamacare is it was a massive expansion of Medicaid. And if you look at what the Republicans are doing after 15 years of huffing and puffing and saying, well, Obamacare bad, we got to do this and we got to do that. 15 years other than, let's see, 2 of those years. So 13 of the 15 years since Republicans took the House in 2010, they've had at least some control of the government. And they've done absolutely nothing about Obamacare other than in many ways to strengthen it. And so now what the Republicans are doing is they're saying, well, we're not opposed to keeping Obamacare going and fully funding Obamacare. We just need to pass this government funding thing first. Then we'll come back and do what you want on Obamacare. And the best part about this is they're quote unquote, they have the, what are they, like working group now or focus group or whatever, where a bunch of these senators are working together. Their new thing that they're going to sell on Obamacare is, well, we're paring it back to where it was before 2020. So during COVID, massive amounts of people were thrown onto the Medicaid rolls, and it's all sorts of waste, fraud, and abuse, which there was all sorts of waste, fraud, and abuse before COVID. But now the Republicans' new victory lap they're going to take is, well, we're just paring it back to where it was before COVID.
But in terms of the shutdown itself, this can't go on forever.
Why not?
I think some people would like if it went on forever. But it seems like, again, if I'm a pro-handicapper, or if I'm a degenerate next door here, the Democrats don't have the cards. They don't have the leverage. And they don't like Chuck Schumer. And that's a big part of this.
Well, what they'll probably do, and look, Schumer is doing this because he's scared that he's going to get a primary challenge from AOC. What is most likely to happen is this focus group, working group, whatever, they're going to cut some sort of side deal on Obamacare where they're promised a vote. And that's what will probably happen is they will then be promised a vote on Obamacare. They know the Republicans will pass it because the Republicans are just as invested in the legalized vote buying business as the Democrats are. And Look, that's what Obamacare has become. Are your guys' insurance any cheaper than it was 15 years ago?
I freeload off my wife, so you'd have to ask the coupon lady.
Me too, but everything's more expensive.
Of course.
Everything's more expensive. What are you talking about?
Obama promised your insurance wouldn't go up one dime.
And
right?
then Hammer got fired.
Yeah, so
because of Obamacare.
Right.
There's that.
All Obamacare is a massive giveaway to the insurance companies. That's all it's ever been. That's all that's happening with Obamacare now. Nothing got any better. Nothing got any more affordable. What happens is they take money from us, and then they give it to the insurance companies so that people can buy unaffordable insurance. That's all it is. Hey, what's it called? If you take money from somebody, you can't give it to yourself. You give it to somebody else who then gives it to you. There's a name for that. Money laundering. That's what it's called. That's what it's called. And that's what's happening here. And the Republicans will cut a deal, you watch, with the Democrats, that in order for them to vote for this budget, they will guarantee a vote on Obamacare, which will pass.
Okay, tinfoil hat here. Tell me if I'm completely out of left field here. There's a lot of Democrats that want Chuck Schumer to fail miserably here so they can replace him. They can primary him when the time comes around, and this will be the death knell in the coffin. They can get a little bit younger. They can just go all in to the young, crazy, radical side, bring in AOC, whoever it is. I think they want Chuck Schumer to fail.
I think the base does. I think the institution, though, which almost always wins out, I think the institution is fine with Chuck Schumer being there. And so that will be an interesting battle. But we all lose in the end anyway. There's nothing either of these parties are doing to make life more affordable. There's nothing they're doing that's going to fix inflation. There's nothing that's going to make goods and services more readily available.
And most people in the government are still working.
Well, of course. And they're going to get paid when they come back. Like, I remember the first time the government shutdown happened in 2013, and I was all jazzed up about it. I was a young elected official. I was like, yeah, the Republicans are growing a pair. Let's go. And then whatever it was, they caved on, and then everybody got their money. I was like, wait, people got their money to not work? Oh, yeah, that's how it works. Well, what the hell is that?
So basically, your first reaction to a government shutdown was how I felt after I bought that Manny Pacquiao-Floyd Mayweather fight. You get all excited. You're ready to go.
A comparison there.
And then afterwards, you find out Pacquiao was hurt. They just kind of hugged each other for an hour. What the hell was that?
Where did you watch it at your house? Did you actually buy?
Crystal bought it for me.
I think I went over to a friend's house.
I paid $25 to get into Kilroy's in Broad Ripple. And there was lines. Every place had a line, and it was like sold out. So you had to get there. This was the greatest scam and scheme in American history because everybody made out like bandits on this fight. Because you had to get there like 6 hours early. So you just had to sit there for the undercard and drink for like 6 hours. And like $100 bar tab by the time it was time to leave. And that fight, you're right, it was horrible. And the guy was hurt and didn't disclose it.
Right. That's the thing that pissed me off more than anything else. Either cancel the fight and reschedule it, but don't go out there hurt and just go through the motions.
Hey, can I tell you, switching subjects here, one of my favorite moments this week on the Kendall and Casey show, you were pissing Casey off because you said Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, is kicking out all the women in the military.
That's right. Yeah.
This big grand speech that he made. But you did, but seriously, though, this thing with Pete Hegseth, you had a little bit of a problem with it, didn't you? At some point when he was talking about the female perspective?
Well, sometimes I just do things to see how mad I can make Casey. And Casey will do this thing where she sticks her tongue in her cheek.
Yeah.
And she's like grinding her teeth over it. And I can see she really wants to say something. And it's like, okay, big girl, come on. You want to dance? Let's dance. And then she wisely decides not to dance. My issue with it is this. How many people do we actually have in the military? We've all heard about declining enrollment in the military, et cetera, because we've so demonized the military and we don't reward the military properly. If we have enough people to do the thing, which is engage in frontline combat missions if necessary, then fine. Kick all the women out that can't meet the standard. But I just don't know, do we have enough people now to be able to pull that off? And I did think the phraseology they used was highest male standard. Yeah. I thought, wow, talk about deliberately trying to piss a group of people off and make horrible headlines. Go for it. If we have enough people to do it, great. That was my only point in all this. I don't know if we do or not.
Somewhere there's a guy that's had a drill sergeant in his face, like when he was going through basic, listening to you right now going, oh, the last thing we want is to have people get their feelings hurt. Somebody was probably called filth, filth right to their face. Somebody went full metal jacket on somebody, and we're going back to that.
Look,
though.
I love that they've said the people in charge can't be big fatties and lazy people either. I love that. But I also wonder, though, like, okay, let's take Patton during World War II.
Schwarzkopf.
Or Schwarzkopf or Eisenhower. Would they have met the physical requirement? I think they did a pretty good job. But look, if there's enough people, I'm fine with it. I just wonder in the era where it's so hard to get people to engage in the military, if you're actually going to have enough people to pull off what you want to do. I guess we'll see. Hopefully we never see. Hopefully hopefully we don't have to send troops anywhere.
I'm confused by what the womanists want. That's what they called them in PCU, the movie, the womanists. Do you want to be treated like men? Do you want to be treated like everybody? Do you want to play the sports with the men? Okay. Then the standards are the same. You've got to pass the same test that this dude has to pass, because if you have to rescue somebody from the field of battle, you got to pick him up and move him.
Look, I don't have any problem with that. And I, at least we're finally admitting out loud that, hey, men, biological men, all things being equal, are physically superior, stronger than women. Now, of course, it doesn't mean everybody. That Rhea Ripley chick from WWE could break me in half.
Right.
But I'm just saying, generic man versus generic woman, at least we're admitting that out loud. And I think this is great. My only point on it was, do you have enough people to actually pull this off? And if not, how are you going to get enough people?
Come back for one more?
Yeah.
Rob Kendall going off the rails. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaim their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Hey, there's only one reason why I exclusively use American Standard dealers and products, and that reason being that American Standard Heating and Air is built to a higher standard. They're better than all the rest.
How about Stevenson Heating and Cooling? They are your American Standard dealer for Johnson and Morgan County. Owner Richard Stevenson. He's got over 30 years of experience, loves to be out in the field working with the customers, married veteran, 3 daughters. Richard and his staff, they're going to treat your house like it was his own house. Fair, honest service. That's what leads to the referrals, and that's what's grown Stevenson Heating and Cooling into what it is today. Stevenson is your independent American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning dealer. Find them at 317-557-8532. 557-8532. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis has been a local, family-owned and operated business for nearly 50 years and helps keep central Indiana's economy strong by employing over 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis stands by their products and services while they share and embrace our conservative values. So when you have garage door problems, call them today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis, 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
Matt Baer has a look at the roads.
Westbound 70 Hammer coming into the north split. That is a crash. It's between Rural and where the interstate split is blocking the center lane. Traffic is slow back to Emerson Avenue for a delay of 3 minutes. Southbound 6570 stop and go north split to the south split, and there is a stall after Washington Street. Watch out for that. Your delay going southbound is 3 minutes. Eastbound 70, 3-minute delay. Harding to Meridian. Northbound 65 on the south side, stop and go traffic from Southport Road up to Edgewood Avenue. On the east side, southbound 465 pockets of slow running Washington to South Shadeland. Inbound 69, stop and go traffic delayed 3 minutes, 106 to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust a local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
83 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC. Back with Rob Kendall of the Kendall and Casey Show, 9 to noon here at 93 WIBC. So this story is making national headlines now. Like Trump's Deputy Chief of Staff on Policy, Stephen Miller, was tweeting about it. The dude that has been arrested 99 times for various crimes here in Indy. Now he's charged with stabbing somebody. It was an attempted murder. FOP President Rick Snyder joined us yesterday and said they've already lessened the charge.
Keyword was it was right there.
They've lessened the charge of this already. I mean, this is laughable. You should be humiliated if you work in the prosecutor's office here in Marion County, but I got a feeling they're not.
Well, so this is interesting. A couple weeks ago, we played this clip. Josh Bain, who's a city county councilor, was interviewing one of these, I think it was a Superior Court judge during their budget hearing. And he asked about this issue, about these people getting back out on the street. And the judge's response, like when you actually just listen to the words, not all that bad, right? Like he was making some decent points. I was trying to listen to it objectively. But he was so like flippant and arrogant in his response back to Bain. And that was what really set me off. And it's sort of a microcosm of what's going on here, in which everybody kind of points their finger at somebody else. Like the judges point at the prosecutor. The prosecutor points at the mayor. Yep. The mayor points back at the prosecutor. The mayor points at the judge. It's like everybody's pointing at each other instead of saying, look, we are at crisis point here. And we've got to come together and figure out what's going on. And, hey, if we need the help of the legislature to do it, great. But nobody seems to be leading on this.
And when did it become such a bad thing to lock people up? Like, somehow in this county, in Marion County, we went through a phase of where, well, we can't just lock up bad people for a long time. Why? How did we get to that point?
Well, Marion County is toast, right? And the problem is you're like the last true believer left, Hammer.
I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving. You shouldn't have to.
I'm Leo in the Wolf of Wall Street.
Well, I mean, it's the same reason I'd love to get the hell out of Warehouseburg, but it's like, hey, wait a second, I was here first. I'm not leaving, right? But in terms of the people who have left Indianapolis, there's so few Republicans left that the Democrats can do whatever they want, and there's no ramification for their actions. And I hate to be a Debbie Downer. You know me, I hate to be a Debbie Downer.
That's right. You're normally just a bucket of joy.
But I don't see how this gets any better, because I don't see there's the political will to put new people in to make the difference. I don't know how it gets any better.
Special thanks to
Garage Doors of Indianapolis. Happy birthday, fat boy. You guys are the best.
Thank you. He's off the rails. That's Rob Kendall. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
School has started, but summer temps are still here. Stay cool with 1-hour air conditioning and heating. 24/7 availability and free second opinions. Book now at onehourairindy.com.
At Price Point Comfort, Heating and Cooling, our mission is to provide honest assessments and recommendations. We promise you'll never be sold something you don't need.
PricePointComfort.com. They are your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air dealer.
At Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center, we're here to support you every way we can. From answering your questions to helping coordinate appointments.
The whole team has been phenomenal there. They've made me feel like I'm a family member. I get hugs every time I go in. It's been such a blessing that the great care I've received has been so close to home.
Learn more about Community MD Anderson at ecommunity.com/cancer.
Through their service, veterans have our backs. Now we should have theirs. Learn more at gotyoursix.org.
Head online to the contest page at WIBC.com and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra Thursday, December 4th at Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
Your one blood donation can help save the lives of up to 3 people. Give blood through the American Red Cross to help hospital patients. Visit redcrossblood.org today.
Kansas. Live. A night to remember. Friday, October 10th, Everwise Amphitheater at White River State Park. With special guest Jefferson Starship. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Part of the Jack Daniels Concert Series.
Housing discrimination. Would you recognize it and report it? These folks did.
My landlord said rent will be cheaper if we're friends with benefits.
Because I'm legally blind, a landlord questioned whether I'd be capable of maintaining an apartment.
Our real estate agent said a different neighborhood with people like us might better suit our family.
To learn more about housing discrimination, visit HUD.gov/fair housing. Fair housing is your right. Use it. A public service message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Hi, I'm Ariel Winter. If you're anything like me, your pets are not only your best friends, they're part of your family. American Humane, which has been rescuing animals like Cleo here for more than 100 years, has life-saving tips that can make a big difference before, during, and after disasters such as hurricanes,